Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Outstanding. Absolutely love it. Another rendition, as is customary when we begin every single game in Cognizant Major League Cricket. That one coming from Amelie Lavicoli. Strong, rousing. Big day this, big because we've begun an expedition, you might say, over in Los Angeles, in Pomona, at the Knight Riders cricket ground. And history has been made. Cognizant Major League Cricket has another home, and it is the home of the Los Angeles Knight Riders. Final day for this season. A couple of games, and this is the first of them. The Orcas of Seattle taking on the Super Kings of Texas, and they're led by Faf du Plessis, who won the toss and decided that his side would field first so they can know exactly what they are to chase in order to win here. A couple of teams will be looking at this and thinking, must win so that we don't have to be on tenterhooks as the tournament goes along. Admittedly, more so for the Texas Super Kings than for the Orcas. Here's a look at the Orcas side. Jayasuriya out and Ali Sheikh back into the side. The top powerful with Nasaifat Jahangir and Bretsky, supplemented by Hetmeyer, who can also be dangerous too. Really has been their man looking back at last season. There's the New Zealander. 143 as their strike rate. As a partnership, they've been very good. Jahangir, who we heard from before the start of play, a strike rate 131, but in combination with Seifert, have managed to give their team a good start. They face up to Vian Mulder. Just the 3 wickets in Cognizant Major League Cricket, but it does tend to get the ball to swing away from right-handers, and so we'll be looking to get it off the straight, to get it to the keeper or to the slips.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Ready to rumble one final time here in Los Angeles. Yeah, off the mark straight away. Good afternoon to Liam Plunkett.
Thanks for having me. What a beautiful day again, another scorcher. Hopefully the crowd's going to build up here. We're talking about this opening partnership. They started off the season very well. Bit of a tricky patch now, but I'm hoping these two guys will put a show on for us today. Looking at the Texas Super Kings lineup, I think it's Forrester stays in, but apart from that, it's unchanged. Strong batting lineup with McNamara coming off an absolute belter of a game. So it's interesting to see how he can back that up today.
Yeah, just thinking of a couple of games here where scores chased down. Pollard playing well yesterday. Fielded. Excellent. tight in at backward point there, Donovan Ferreira.
Yeah, I think that backward point gully is so important here because it's so hard to get off the strike. You're trying to run it down to third man. Them two fielders there, squeezing that single, chances of a run out is so important up top in this power play.
Wayne Boogie Nights standing at one end with his contraption to protect himself. Very experienced umpire. VTEC's leading run scorers. Mitch Owen up top, continuing on from last season. Andre Pretorius has been fabulous to watch. Seifert, belligerent as he goes about things. And Monroe, who wasn't there yesterday. Mukamala, nice to see him on the edge of that as a local.
Yeah, you look at Seifert, who started with 100 and then a 70 and then not much after that. Been a little bit scratchy, but he's been impactful in some of the games, so hopefully he can refine that form and be a massive influence to the pod squad here.
And the nature of it up at the front with teams looking to be particularly aggressive, make hay during the Lexus power play, is you might sometimes get a fluctuation, mercurial performances with a really big one and then nothing.
Start here from Wilhelm Mulder, hitting the stumps nice and hard, 81 miles an hour. Not quick, but it feels like he's hitting the pitch hard. We talk about that being a heavy ball. What's a heavy ball? Someone who bowls 80 miles an hour can still feel like they're hitting the bat hard. Someone who bowls 90 miles an hour can feel like they're floaty. It's hard to explain, but as a cricketer, it's kind of a strange feeling.
One for physics, that actually. It's like when some will use the expression that it gathers pace once it hits the surface. It doesn't really. Tell you who does gather pace when he bats. Tim Seifert. Nicely done machine gun style there, because he does fire them off. Oh, just wide. Fielder was back there, was interested, was running towards it. And he's a pretty good fielder too, Namshi De Silva. But it goes all the way for 6. Ends the first one, 9 without loss.
Be disappointed with the end of that over. He bowled nice lengths here, just slid onto the legs of Tim Seifert, who won't miss out on that. A strong, powerful play with just a little clip, finds the gap, just misses the fielder in the deep square, and a good finish to that over. Talking about being in Tinseltown here, it's been a beautiful spot, but a lot of these batsmen would be excited to get back to Texas on that Texas highway, you know.
I'll say about all those batters who are looking forward to leaving Hollywood and going to the highway of Texas. Nothing against Texas, but they're a bit boring, aren't they?
It's definitely like the game last night. It makes for interesting cricket. Old school cricket, tight games, down to the wire. Fans love it. There's still 6s and 4s, but the score's a little bit smaller.
I probably must clear up that I'm talking about pitches rather than cities. States. Yeah, many possibilities on this surface, and you expect things. Batters have had to be on their guard, have to formulate solid game plans, and then as they try to execute those game plans, have to be fully committed to the aggression they decide upon, and also really nicely in behind if they decide that they're going to defend. New surface, new ground, and being used for the first time. And so to mark it with that in mind, with that context, I'd say we've had a pretty good time. Oh, heard something there. I don't know if it. No interest from keeper, but it jags back brilliantly.
Yeah, good run up, good execution, smashes the pitch. A little bit of seam inside. Yeah, I heard something. Maybe it's just here we look again. Perfect seam. Hits that wicket and comes through the gate. A little bit of deviation. Just looking at it again. Such a beautiful wrist action. The ball misses the gate, just misses the top of the stumps and flies through to the keeper.
He's missed it by a day, but I really did hear something. Shouts of catch it. There's a man out there. He'll take the catch. Oh, the plan comes together. Adam Milne from New Zealand gets his countryman Tim Seifert and strikes a really important blow.
Yeah, I think that is actually there to get behind and absolutely slap, but the fielder's there for a reason. I think he'd be disappointed because I'm not sure there's a third man back there. Maybe it's an easy option just to open your blade and hit it over short third man. But he's playing to his strong point. He feels like he can clear the ropes, but unfortunately not. It's a good catch out there by De Silva, who did slip a little bit. Seifert departs for 7, and the Orcas are 10 for 1.
Matthew Britsky. Shot to the middle in this. Decent touch. Really good player. Lovely to watch.
When you look at that field position here from this delivery, short and wide, but the fielder is actually placed in a position which is not a usual spot. He's deep, kind of like deep point, really wide third man, and it's for that batsman. So it's very good field placement by the skipper, and it's a good wicket for the Texas Super Kings.
A remotely speedy delivery, and perhaps it's the pace that sort of does him quicker than he might have expected. And excellent field placement, because sort of looking over extra with that, just throwing the hands at it, maybe very square as well, and then the pace and the width of it actually then takes it finer than he wants.
When you actually look at it, it gets late movement. So he thinks the ball's come to the middle of the bat, and it actually swings away and maybe gets the toe end of it. So then you just have full contact, which obviously then is a more of a miss hit.
Yeah, excellent bowling. A really good operator, Adam Milne, experienced, been around a long time. Sort of glides along, doesn't have a great big jump. Good seam presented, and there's that movement. He's living on a length and smashing it.
A bowler, that's poetry in motion. It's beautiful watch. Stick to your test match length on this guy. But it is, the run-up's beautiful, delivery's beautiful, and the pace and bounce is great.
Excellent. What an over. Just the one off it and the wicket. 10 for 1.
Big difference, isn't it, when you have Mulder bowling 80 miles an hour and there was not one false shot. They got behind him looking to get singles, and obviously the boundary at the end of that over, and then it's a different ball game when Adam Milne comes up bowling 90 miles an hour, smashing the pitch as an out-and-out strike bowler. It's a different look towards the batsman. There's sort of indecisive play and misses, and obviously then a thick a wicket with a outside the blade.
Ali Sheikh to the side. Here's Mulder again. Oh, excellent. No feet from Jahangir, but it does move a little bit. That's what it does, wobble it about.
Just a little bit of movement. This is the old cat and mouse. As a bowler, you're brave enough to stay in that line and length. And as a batsman, what are you going to do now? If you get stuck, you're going to get under pressure and play a false shot. Do you come down the wicket, get off strike? Do you look to hit over the top? Cat and mouse at its best.
Just stands up. They're looking to make a play. Can't afford to just sit and let them bowl at him, so he's trying to force him off that length, which is dangerous.
It's actually good pace for him. Normally he's touching maybe 80 to 82, 83. That one's 84, 85, and hitting the pitch hard. Obviously bounces from a good length and it's hard to hit. I don't mind the execution of the shot, it just wasn't quite there.
Oh, bowling. Excellent length. Yeah, just enough in it.
That delivery again in slow motion. Not the perfect seam, but it doesn't need to be. It's just, I think it's the bounce. It's not moving too much. It's just that extra bounce that's doing the batsman right now. It's like a springboard. Beautiful to watch as a bowler. As a batsman, not so much.
Innovation. Because it's been so tough, they've got to find a way. And Bretsky decides, I'll ramp you off your length. Gets 4.
Nice shot here. Watches the ball all the way into the bat. It's an easy shot, to be honest with you. But that's the point here. The bowler's not doing anything different. He doesn't have to. So a batsman, what's the least risk you can take? And I think that's the right shot on this pitch. Watches all the way. 4 runs to the well-needed scoreboard.
Oh, hello. Oh, dear. Unlucky that, Bretsky. Nothing he can do about that. Just stands up off a length. And it goes off the shoulder of the bat and straight up to backward point. Another one down.
Not easy to play that. As we said, that's when I think of getting someone out as a fast bowler, it's probably like that. Smashing the pitch hard, that extra bounce. Really, really hard to play that. He was looking to play soft hands and run it down, but it kept bouncing, top of the back glove, and pops up there for a nice catch moving backwards. Another wicket falls. Bretsky goes for 4 runs, Orcas 50 for 2.
A 15 for 2. The Seattle Orcas brings Shimron Hetmeyer to the crease. Yeah, that strike rate has been prolific in this tournament. It needs to be as well because the top order has hit a bit of a roadblock. Yeah, nicely bowled. They've been prolific up at the top, just generally scoring at 9 per over. And we were talking earlier about how they can be so good up at the front and it'll get you really big scores, but they can also get nothing. That's a tough one. Not a lot you can do as Britsky there.
Like young Alan Donald bowling. So that bounce is hard. He tried to play it the right way, and sometimes you just can't play a delivery that pops up on you like that.
Movement continues. Yeah. When you see scores chased down, when you see scores of 160, 170, which have happened, it's those men out there who are working right now, that whole team, who would be most pleased, because never really know what it's going to be like having put in this whole new square, this whole new ground, and looking to get some games played here. And the most important thing is the pitch. Edged and gone. That movement continues. It's Milne in on the act. A Cognizant clutch catch to get rid of Jahangir.
I'm looking at that dismissal. It's a very good ball. We're looking on the screen here. He's running in, bowling test mass length. The ball's nibbling away. But he's done that for the last 8 balls. As a batsman, are you just waiting and trying to play mess? Are you coming down the pitch? You don't have to come and try and hit it for 6. But if you're going to sit there, the ball's going to be the same and same and same. You're going to keep prodding at it. He'd be disappointed with that. I think he got stuck in the crease a little bit there. Maybe a bit more positivity. Cheyenne Jahangir goes for 3. Orcas 15 for 3.
Ali shaken. Dice straight here, Seattle Orcas.
This is going to be a tough challenge here for Ali Sheikh. We love it. We love to see the young US player up against the best in the world.
Yeah, they're waiting and waiting for something that they can whack away. It's not working. Probably need to go the opposite way, ultra aggressive approach.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful delivery. The ball's angled in at the stumps here and gets that late movement, shape, seam, outstanding delivery. But to our point we just talked about, you can't just sit there because he loves you to sit there. He will bowl at you all day like that with such the skill and accuracy that Adam Milne's got.
Yeah, 3 wickets down, and you think of the way they've gone. Well, one is in attack, and you've got to take the rough with the smooth with those who are particularly aggressive, and Tim Seifert is that, looking to attack, and he's undone. And then look at Britsky, who goes out. Not a lot he can do about that. He had gone down and used the pace, ramped one, and then just looking to get in behind one, and it bounces up on him. And Jahangir, the latest to go. And he'd been happy to just get in behind and look to play defensively. But got one off the edge. 16 for 3 after 4. What a start for TSK.
I tell you what, Major League Cricket brings all kinds of fans together and maybe some great stories together as well. I mean, Abhijit, you got the India jersey on. How do we all know each other? This is one big group. How do we know each other?
Well, so Barry and I have worked together. Nicole, Andrew, and Nicole and I work together, and Andrew has also worked with us, so we know each other from our work.
And Barry, you told me a great story about you guys and wanting to come to cricket. What was that story?
Yeah, well, myself and Abhijit worked together for 20 years, and we always talked about cricket at work because he's Indian and I'm English. Yeah, so we always had back and forth, and we promised that if ever it came to LA, we'd go watch it, and here we are today.
Did you ever imagine that dream would actually come true, that you'd see cricket in LA?
Not at all, not at all. And now we've got the Olympics coming as well, so.
Now that it's here, how was it an impression? How have you enjoyed the experience?
Oh yeah, it's good. I'm missing the beer. You know, we could
We might be able to get you one, maybe. It has to be off camera, though. Off camera, we'll do that. And now, Donna, this is your first cricket game. I've seen some explaining going on. How have you enjoyed proceedings?
I enjoy seeing it in person. I've been to Abhijit's house, and he explained it to me one afternoon when we were watching on TV, but this is my first time here, and it's so close to home.
What have you learned now that you're seeing it live?
Well, I learned the scoop. It was shot before. It was the scoop.
The scoop. You like the scoop? Big fan of that
I
shit?
like the scoop. Yeah, it was good.
What else have you? You know, the balls can go anywhere. Are you ready to catch it? You got your hands prepared?
Yep, I'm supposed to catch with my hands and not my face.
Hands, not the face. Love this. You get a story together. People that work together, never thought they'd have cricket in LA. Said, you know what? We've got a chance to do it, and they're out and about at Major League Cricket.
Thank you very much, Aman Patel. Great to see people out early. I expect the crowd to be building as we go through the day. Nice shot and start for Ali Sheikh, who's back in the team today.
They'll have to put some work in to get themselves out of this hole. Orcas have pushed back, pegged back by the Super Kings. 22 for 3. There was a lack of intent from the batters who have gotten out. Yes, granted, Bretsky got a peach of a delivery that would have caught most batters unawares. The first wicket of Seifert, good catch from Amshi De Silva. This one, very little that Bretsky could have done. Tried his best. This one, a very soft dismissal. The sense of tentativeness is the way the Orcas are batting, and that needs to move a little bit from there to something like this. That's a biggie. Ali Sheikh missed out the last game, back into the 11 and making his intent clear.
His entire season, you could describe it with one word: fearless. He's come out to bat in compromising situations and dug his team out of a hole before. That is some cricket shot, folks. And it was similar to what we saw Bretsky begin to do, using his feet and coming closer to where that ball is pitching. That was into the wind as well, and the wind is heavy today. It's pumping from left of your screen. There's a deep square, and there's also a deep point. $28 for 3. In superb experience to be here in Pomona, LA. The hills in the back make excellent setting and backdrop for all the excitement we've had on the cricket field. Yeah, 3 games in a row now for that top 3 after such a strong start this season. Quiet, but the middle order is a deep one. Orcas will be well aware of that. Adam Milne will bowl a third in the power play, similar to Mulder. So the same 2 bowlers bowling the entire Lexus power play. Think back to Rabada and Siraj in the IPL earlier this year. Did it almost every game. And they've been here before, Robbie and viewers. Remember back in Auckland, folks, they were 72 for 6 this Orcas team. And Ali Sheikh's impetus in the middle got 38 on that day. And remember, he reverse swept Narayan, I think, a couple of times. It was just something different in the middle, and he got them to 154.
Yeah, he did. He was the one guy who showed a lot of intent as soon as he went back, played positively, and was able to produce some runs for the Orcas in that game. It's one of the good things about youngsters. There's a sense of courage that they kind of exercise when they go out there and put their best foot forward. Ali Sheikh this season, 38 was Oakland, the Coliseum, and then he got left out in the next game. I think for Shehan Jayasuriya, and then comes back in after that miss. But again, making his intent clear here. The intent, the most important factor in a game like this, especially when the rub of the greens go in the bowler's way.
It's been a paradise for the seamers to start on our final day here in LA, especially for someone like Adam Milne, who is a specialist at hitting that 6 to 8 meter length. Can move the ball both ways.
Yeah, he just bowled those areas, right? The back of a length, pitched the ball up, got the ball to swing a little bit, ask the right questions, induce the edges as well. Ended up with 2 for 3 in his 3rd over right now.
It was slower from Milne. And after what we've seen, the entire power play has been seam up, ball swinging. Foxed Ali Sheikh with a change of pace. Is it doing enough to convince Faf? He's asking Mukamara, the keeper. Milne is walking back to his mark. It's not a coincidence, though, that the 2 bowlers dominating the power play are 2 bowlers with red ball skills.
That's the kind of wicket where you don't need to do much if you can just hit the right area and get the ball to swing. It's a great slower ball, that one. Variation of pace was just amazing. Pitching outside leg, probably a missing leg as well. Worth an appeal, why not?
Sharon Hetmeyer as well, folks. It's the one big innings this season, Robbie. He had 350s last year in wins, but other than that 79 not out, hasn't contributed much. Bats 3 for the West Indies. He's used to being depended upon. Is this the day they get more from him?
Yeah, it's possibly the day that he depends on his skill the most, get some runs going. Because the Orca needed the most today. Leading edge goes down to deep backward point. It's the end of the over. Power play done. 31 for 3.
It's just 31 in the Lexus power play. They've lost 3 wickets. There's batting to come though. Shanaka, Stoinis, the all-rounders, Harmy and Gannon can chip in as well. Abu Manu Lamba in his maiden MLC season, 4 wickets. He's contributed well. Economy critical, run a ball. Bowling across the phases.
He's been very impressive, Abhimanyu Lamba. It's his first season where he's just kind of coming in and hitting the right areas, bowling the right areas, asking the right questions. It's been quite dependable, especially him and Amshi De Silva. Been very impressive for the Super Kings.
With the movement we've seen, I'm looking forward to seeing De Silva on this pitch. When he gets the ball, it won't be far away, because the movement sideways and vertically in terms of the bounce has been a challenge.
There's been dual bounce on this wicket. Some kicking up as well. Experienced that a little bit, being as young and fresh as they are. But credit to the bowling. They've hit the right areas. They've been disciplined. They've asked the right questions and been rewarded.
Got something for you, Robbie. We often associate the Lexus power play with the most important phase of the game, right? In T20 cricket, because of the fielding restrictions, etc. But here in LA, only one team in the 5 matches we've had has outscored the opposition and won the game. So what does that mean? 4 teams have lost the power play, theoretically, and still won the game. So yes, the Orcas are 31, but it's been a tough pitch. This week has been tough for the batters against the hard new ball. A gap, so should get 2. So if you're these 2 and those batters to come, you've got to believe that you're well and truly still in this game, because we've seen evidence of this before.
Absolutely. In fact, throughout this leg, the scores in the power play have barely been over 30s and 40s. I think only one time they went above 50, or twice, if I'm not wrong. But for the most part, they've always sat between 30 and 45. So it's doesn't mean anything that if you don't win the power play, you're still very much in the game. You got to dig in, grind it out there for a little bit. And the runs often come at the back end, in the last 5 overs. So wickets in hand is going to be crucial for the batting side.
MI New York were only 34 for 1, and you could visibly see Puran. I think he was 16 off 22, watchful against the new ball, just trying to take the game deeper and deeper and set the game up for Pollard to win it.
Yeah, good lines, good length. That's exactly it. This is what's been so impressive about Lamba. He's hit the right areas. He seems like a very disciplined bowler. Someone who likes to swing the ball, hit the right areas, buy wickets.
More aggression and well-directed aggression from Ali Sheikh. 38 for 3. After a quiet Lexus power play, a good over to start from the Orcas. They've got to rebuild, need a partnership. Ali Sheikh has been in some good touch with bat. Run rate just below 5.5 runs per over. You know the power they have to come though, so it'll be telling to see how Shimron Hetmeyer and Ali Sheikh play this. Last ball of the last over, again through the cover region. And with the 2 left-handers at the crease, Donovan Ferrer is going to come into the attack.
And go cricket this. It's important to build a partnership here. Already built a small one to start off. 24 of 22 deliveries is what the Orcas need. 15 for 3 when these two came together. Stoinis, Shanaka and Harmeet after this.
Faf du Plessis telling us at the toss they wanted to go with the extra batting, so no Aki Hossain today.
Building partnerships, very important. Need of the hour for them. Nicely done, should get 4. Was ready for it, anticipated it almost. Knew that if he bowled down leg side, there was 4 for the taking. When he bowled down the leg side, lapped it up, got 4.
Boundaries have been hard to come by. Action-packed day, folks, will be on this pitch, so look forward to seeing how it evolves. Remind New York SF in action tonight, 44 for 3.
Four bowlers used thus far for the Super Kings. Milne has been the pick of them by a distance. 2 for 4, sensational figures from his 3 overs as Lamba will bowl his second. Picked up into the leg side, and there's a fielder there who nestles underneath it. Adam Milne and holds on. Ali Sheikh, who's looking to play aggressively, and Perish is doing so.
Yeah, a little bit unnecessary there. Just had the partnership going. Just was about to get them out of that rut. Just pegged them back by doing that. Lamba bowling to his field. He also hit it against the wind. Fielder had to adjust there. Adam Milne took a good catch. Sheikh goes for 18. 44 for 4.
Marcus Stoinis, captain fantastic to the crease. Interesting to see how he assesses this innings. Can be quite watchful at the start before exploding, and his team are in an invidious position because all the 4s are on the board. Respect Ali Sheikh trying to play aggressively, but was it sensible, hitting straight into the wind? A well-judged catch.
Yeah. Even though he hit it well, ball clearly wasn't going. He's caught 5 yards inside the boundary line. Tells you a story that he did not take into account the fact that he was going to be hitting against the wind. So, from an Orca's point of view, seem pretty unnecessary. And they'll have to start again with building a mini partnership.
Definitely the strongest breeze of the 5 days that we've had, so something the players need to be considerate of. Slip in place. Immediately that outside edge is beaten. Lamba really enjoying his debut season in Cognizant MLC action. Such a crunch game today. I heard you say in the pre-game, Robin, that both sides need to win. Neither certain of a top 4 spot yet or close to it.
Yeah, this certainly is a must-win game for Super Kings. Well and truly, I think, see themselves out if they don't win this one, which is why they've stacked their batting, because they also want to make up for the net run rate, because that is also, you know, going against them. It's negative, if I'm not wrong.
Stands up tall and pulls into acres of real estate out there. Du Plessis will have to chase after it. It's comfortable of threes will get Stoinis off the mark. We heard Faf du Plessis talk about it at the toss. It's an extraordinary points table, isn't it? Almost every game we come to sends a side from 5th or 6th back to the top of the table if they win.
Yeah, it actually evens it out, but then the net run rate just becomes super crucial. And that's where the TSK team find themselves behind the 8 ball. But here, ahead at this point in time.
Nicely guided off his hip. Yeah, it really is remarkable to think that almost every game can have such a gigantic effect on the table. A reminder, the top 2 will have 2 chances for that grand final. It's our final day here in LA. To Dallas next for the next leg, the final leg of the group stages. And then return to Oakland, to that historic Coliseum for the 3 playoff matches and then the grand finale itself. Less than 2 weeks away now, Robin. Just 13 days to go to that grand finale on Saturday, July 18th. Where does the time go?
Why are you counting days, Lenny? We're having so much fun.
You can get your tickets, particularly for that grand finale. We're expecting a record crowd. Get them now. Tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Should get a sparkling atmosphere there. You can also get them for the Dallas leg in Grand Prairie Stadium. Looking forward to seeing you. Always living in the present, Robin. I promise you that. Loving every moment here in the US of A. Wicket taking over, 48 for 4.
Another good over from Abhimanyu Lamba. He's bowled exceptionally well with a very healthy economy rate. Those are the matches to come. And we've had here.
That's going to be our schedule up in Dallas, the final matches of the group stages. Games 23 through 30. One real thing to note here, Robin, is the fact that even though the Super Kings will only have 2 games left after today, they will play their 2 matches in Texas on the final 2 days of the comp, including the 30th and final game of the group stages. So maybe a slight advantage to know exactly what they will need to do. But what Faf du Plessis and his men would give to be heading back home to Texas with 2 points in their satchels. Here's Amshi De Silva. And there's a tickle, and he strikes first ball. A trademark De Silva celebration. Hetmar, the latest to fall. The Orcas in real trouble.
Amshi, you beauty. First ball. This young man continues to impress. First ball of his spell. Right on the money, and goes. Gets the big fish. man who's just kind of settled in there. Big fist bump. Hetmeyer goes for 11. It is 48 for 5. And it's time for drinks.
Adam Voges has, well, some serious discussing to do with his captain, Marcus Stoinis, who will be joined by Dacian Shanaka. It's a tale of woe for the top order. Everyone failing at the top, including the three who've been very consistent up there, Seifert, Jahangir and Bretsky. Just run into a bit of a lull of form, and the Orcas in all sorts of trouble. Lost half their batters already. For the bowlers, well, a really good collective effort. Silva striking from his very first ball, but the star of the show, Adam Milne, has been impeccable all season, much like Sunil Narayan for the Knight Riders, key man in the power play here for the Super Kings. Going to see a lot of wickets in this power play package, in this highlights package. In fact, there was a maximum for Seifert to start with. He tried to repeat the dose, and then he was caught out in the deep. Good catch held by Amshi De Silva. Holder was ramped away. Then he got one to burst through the surface, and a well-judged catch by Adam Milne going backwards. An edge straight to Ferreira, it slipped. Milne looking unplayable. Then Ali Sheikh picked up a couple of boundaries in his short innings of 18. That big six. Nice shot inside out over extra cover. Hetmeyer got one round the corner off Pereira. Then 2 wickets and 2 overs just before the drinks break. I've left the Orcas in real trouble here. At 48 for 5.
That's it. That's what they'll need. If they want to be competitive in this game. From 48 for 5, they'll have to find themselves up to at least 140, 130, 140. Give yourself a chance in this game, because this wicket is alive and it's kicking.
Yeah, definitely a bit of fire in the surface today that the Super Kings have exploited really well. And we're here in beautiful Pomona, just east of LA. The great part of the world. That's downtown, the historic area. It's a cafes and shops, the old theatre. The FIFA World Cup watch party coming up. Museum of Art there too. And every single cuisine you could imagine from every corner of the world as De Silva will continue.
Can't believe you didn't take me there, Lenny. You've been here for a while. You've been hosting a lot of friends. Not close enough to be to take me there.
I'm saving it all for Dallas. We're going big in Dallas. That's the leg.
You keep saying that. You've been saying that from the first week.
Dasun Shanaka to the crease. How will the Sri Lankan all-rounder go? One thing I do love about this shot here, you can actually see the shape of the old race course. One more look at the wicket first. Brilliant this season, De Silva.
Yeah, stunning. He's just been so good, so impressive. Just asks the right questions to the batters, hits the right areas. A soft tickle on that one. It's been mighty impressive, this young man. Someone I'm really excited for when I think about the American team.
Another one beats the outside edge.
But this is the crucial pair, I reckon. They get this pair out, then yeah, I think the Orcas are in trouble.
Beautiful scenes all around. It's Fairplex, a great host. Whipped into the leg side, should be at least a couple. Will they think of a third? I won't be able to get back. critical thing going forward now, Robin, is that this facility is maintained and develops. I believe they're going to break ground for phase 2 of the project as soon as next month. And they'll start to make developments for the qualifier in 27 and hopefully the Olympics in LA in 28 too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to do a great job with this. Speaking to person who constructed the ground, he's Bill, I think his name is, and he's built over 3,000. Oh, that's a nicely played shot. Could run away. Oh, they'll ask. They'll go up. I think they got 3 for that. There will be a boundary check.
I think it might be clean. That was my initial instinct here. Can't have any contact with the rope. Oh, now could be trouble. The back foot, the front foot was okay. The one that was just dangling at the back, is that in contact with the advertising cushioning? It looks like it could be. Really tight call.
That's going to be hard to tell, but benefit of the doubt. Who does this go to? Third umpire.
We always talk about it going to the batter. This time it's going to the fielder. 52 for 5. Yeah, one of the things I was hearing about this venue is its potential for year-round cricket, which I absolutely adore. So by all accounts, the weather in LA doesn't change much across all 12 months of the year. They get very little rain here.
I reckon they should play it, because in lieu of getting this wicket and ground ready for the Olympics, you want to make sure that they play as many games as possible on this wicket, on this outfield. It gets worn in, I suppose, and I reckon by the next season, this wicket, this outfield, and this ground is going to be an absolute beauty to bat on. The wicket's going to be hard. There's going to be tons of runs scored on this wicket.
And it's not just about Cognizant MLC, is it? It's not just about the LA 28 Olympics. It's about gather there's best part of 20,000 people in and around the greater LA area playing cricket. They've got 2 minor league cricket teams based here, the Hollywood Master Blasters and the SoCal Lashings. Plenty more in California in general. Golden State Grizzlies, San Diego Surf Riders, Silicon Valley Strikers. There's USA Women's Cricket that can be played here. I think it would be a very fitting host for some ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 action. That's the ODI competition that USA are top of. That's a big goal for everyone involved in American cricket. A first ever 50-over World Cup potentially next year. They're top of that league, Robin, which is a very tough league. The likes of Scotland, the Netherlands, Oman, Nepal, Namibia, UAE, all in that. No easy games there, all around the best associate sides.
Yeah, and they've been mighty impressive. The USA team played some really good cricket. It's exciting to see the kind of intent that they play cricket with. Some really exciting youngsters, well-experienced players as well. Oh, he's got hold of that. That should go a long way. It's gone out of the ground. And Dasun Shanaka showing what kind of form he's in. That ball didn't do much off the wicket. And full toll he took.
Wowee. This has gone a long, long way. And crucially, he's hitting with the wind. That's the big difference to the Ali Sheikh stroke. Yes, he's got a better piece of it too, but once you get it up, it just keeps going. 94 meters, 308 feet. That soars all the way into the beautiful blue sky. Big, big hit. This is what Chanak has done all season long. Edged, and oh, I think it's put down. Fingertips from Mukamala, who's not necessarily a very regular wicket keeper. Didn't quite go swiftly enough. Lamba goes for back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, I don't think he anticipated that. Yeah, I was standing up too upright as well. Felt like his weight was already in the back, like on the heel of his feet. Kissed the glove on the way. Yeah, Lamba slightly disappointed with the gloves. I reckon that should have been taken, especially the height it came at.
Yeah, the problem for Mukamala keeping here for the Super Kings, he never keeps for USA. He's behind Andreas Geus for USA, he's behind Shaihan Jahangir, he's behind Manang Patel. He's probably not even the fourth choice keeper really for the national side, but he's got the gloves here for the Super Kings, and that's a big moment. Shanaka is not someone you want to drop, because whilst he's at the crease, he tends to score at a pretty exaggerated strike rate compared to the course of the game. Big moment in the match. Shanaka put down on 10. Wants the single. Oh, now direct hit. Will maybe allow it. He's demolished the stumps here out of Milne. Wonder does Wayne Knights want to have a look? He does.
Back in comfortably. Adam Milne smiling there. Was clearly no single, but the intent is what matters, eh?
Bats down. Safely beyond the line. I'm satisfied and ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Perfect use of our VTEX third umpire up there. It's not out, 65 for 5. Really interesting phase of the game now. Just wonder whether or not Shanaka and Stoinis can get something going. Both very capable of hitting boundaries, and the Orcas will need plenty of them in the last 9.
It's a big day here in LA Stadium. We have 2 doubleheaders today, starting off with TSK versus Seattle Orcas. But beside me, we have the Lakina family, and they're very excited to be here. First of all, Dad here plays cricket. They're all from Orange County. Some thoughts about the game and how exciting it is to be here in LA.
Beautiful. I think I didn't expect this kind of a facility out here. I think seeing some of the top players play, it's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's a bit hot, so I hope you stay for the second game that we have later today. Going over to Rishabh over here, he got into cricket because his name is Rishabh and his favorite player happens to be Rishabh Pant. I know he's not there in the game right now, but what team are you supporting and any specific player that comes to mind?
I'm supporting the Seattle Orcas, but I like number 40 Forrester on the Super Kings.
Nice, and we have two doubleheaders today, but we also have England versus Mexico here in World Sport. Mom here is wearing the Mexico jersey. How excited are you to see them play, and are you gonna miss that game to watch the second game? What's going on?
I'm going to drive him. No, but we'll see. But yeah, we always have the phone, and I'm Dhoni fan. So go Super Kings.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the MLC shirt here. There's a lot of pride here in the crowd. How fun is it for you to spend your summer break just being out here in the crowd?
Oh, this is awesome. I never, like he was saying earlier, I never expected something like this out here. Vibes are up. Everyone is cheering. It's a very fun environment to be in.
Yeah, I know it's a bit hot, but hopefully you guys stay for the second game and we catch a nice sunset. Pommy, up to you upstairs. I'm going to go chat with you soon, so see you soon.
See you soon, Anika. Thank you. Amazing, wherever you go in the world, there's always an MS Dhoni fan, isn't there? MS Dhoni 7, Captain Cool himself in that iconic yellow.
What do they say? They say Thala for a reason. Thala for every season.
Oh, we got to show you these again. This man last night was on fire. Trent Bolt, absolutely outstanding. Oh, there he is. Where is it? There. The MVPs, and it's not just the front of the card, it's the back to get your limited edition first season cards. Now mvps.io, or scan that QR code you can see there in the bottom right of your screen. Picked up into the leg side. You won an IPL championship with MS Dhoni, if my cricket badgery is remembering right. What was that like playing with MS himself?
It was great. Actually played for India together initially. He's a couple of years senior to me, but then we didn't play through the entirety of my IPL career. And then the last 2 years of my IPL career, got the opportunity to play with him. We won a championship immediately, which is great.
No doubt all your impact right on top for the lads. Now, the bowlers have kept things simple and they've done it very well. Just back of the length seems to have been the place that's really worked.
Yeah, they've hit the right areas, haven't they? Yeah, it's been more back of a length. I wouldn't call that short. Maybe that 6 to 8 meter length. It's the kind of length where you feel like you can hit the ball, but also not comfortably.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely right on the money, just as we're talking about it. The batters are averaging 2 runs per delivery at that length. Smashes it and it cannons into off stump.
Yeah, Shanaka setting up for the ball that bounces, but that one pitched and skidded down. It certainly has kept a bit low. Can consider himself a slightly unfortunate. Forrester wrecks the castle in his first over. Shanaka goes for 16, 67 for 6 now.
That's middle.
Harmit Singh. Non-striker's end. He's with Marcus Stoinis, who is 5 from 7. Just overall been a very difficult time out there in the middle for the Seattle Orcas. Unable to get going. Yeah, lovely bowling. It's going to be very much a story of farming the strike for Marcus Stoinis. Try and be the one who controls everything. Here's a look at the last wicket to fall. That'll be called wide.
Beautifully with an econ of 6 so far, and in that 4 dots here. Already took a wicket, 7 runs, and he'll just continue with the rest of this over strong.
Straight up in the air, Faf du Plessis under it. Another one down. Stoinis looking to try and attack that one. He would have felt that it was in the zone and he could get it out the ground, but no, not to be.
Yeah, just looking to launch it over to Silva's head, but with this sticky wicket, it's a bit too
Yep, that kind of day. Bit of fruit or ice cream, sweltering. Cameron Gannon walks out there, and there's a big job on hand. The difficulty has been how to do that job, and it being accumulation of runs.
Yeah, there we see that wicket again. Again, with that two-paced wicket, batter's just going to have to pick which ball to dispense properly. Unfortunately, not the case. But for De Silva, I'm sure he was very happy with that. Tommy, 7 wickets are down now. We have two new batters almost at the crease. What do you think their conversations would be about at this moment? There's still a bit of the game to go so far. Only 12.4 bowled. So what do you think their game plan is going to be, and how are they going to achieve that?
Yeah, looking at the remotely leading wicket takers there, De Silva on there. Wreaking havoc here, 2 for 7. Essentially, it's first up is having seen what's gone on from outside with regard to the surface, an appreciation of the difficulty, and then trying to work out just how many runs might well be competitive. And from this position, 7 wickets down, you're kind of looking at the 120, 125 region. Yeah, but difficult even to rotate. Just the 3 off that with the wicket of Stoinis. 70 for 7. And not much to go in the way of batting. All those they would have entrusted with the job of getting the runs, well, they've found it difficult. They've got out, and now they're hoping. I say 120, 125. Anything in mind yourself?
Yeah, I'm hoping 120, 125 if the batters here have that partnership.
Orca. More comfortable in water. Not finding any water today. And it's hot. Certainly hot out in the middle.
Yeah, dealing with 2 extremities here, Pommy. It's kind of a drought of runs here, I would say, for the Orcas. But again, talking about the 120, 125, I think the only way that's going to be achieved is if the batters have good communication between the 2 of them, and they're rotating that partnership very well, looking for reasonable options of where to get runs out there in the middle.
That sort of thing. Needs to be more of that sort of thing. And then where sure, look to then try and get some boundaries. Easier said than done, hence the 72 for 7. And also when you're requesting the lower order, you in change rooms, you'll have that where top order doesn't go so well, and a shot will only be one, and they'll then be trying to G up any of those who are left to go in, who normally don't get the runs, and sort of asking them to play above themselves, essentially, for the bowlers. Lower order, you've got to try and put something on the board so that they can have some sort of chance of rescuing it. Oh dear, missed the target, Ferreira, and so Gannon survives, but he was gone for all money had that hit.
Yeah, scampering for a single. Again, not the best communication, and that would have been gone by a few miles, I would say, Pommy. They live to see another day, another run added for the Orcas, which brings them to 74 runs.
And the gap hitting with the wind there was in danger of that actually carrying to one of those fielders, being a leading edge. Precious 2 more runs as they continue to try and cobble together something. 76 for 7.
Yeah, situations like this is why bowlers at the end of every, or maybe not even the end, but every practice that you have, bowlers are definitely going to love to have a hit. And it's days like this where they can express that. It's also good that we have one batter who's primarily one batter at the crease who's primarily a bowler, but on the other end we have Vice Captain Harmeet Singh. Obviously a difficult situation to be in here, but I'm sure with the leadership out there with Harmeet Singh and the experience that he carries into all the setups that he's been a part of, definitely good to have someone who could kind of take care of you as you're not in your primary role.
De Silva has been very good all the way through Cognizant Major League Cricket. A find, you'd say. Each time we turn up here, actually, what I would expect and what I look forward to is somebody else, maybe a couple that are new. Each of the sides and one of the sides. Oh, good foot on that. Might have injured himself. Hope he's okay. Reflex, of course, to try and just save the run, stop the ball. That strikes him.
Yeah, that was hit hard and hard into the boot of De Silva. Hopefully nothing to be too concerned about. Oh, that deflected a good bit. But he's at the top of his mark now, so it looks like he is okay.
Yeah, see him just look down then. That's down at the foot. Probably is a little bit sore, smarting. Oh, well done. Well done. Don't know if you've been able to see that. Actually, the backing up is bothered by his foot. But this is an excellent bit of backing up. You'll be told as bowler, get back to your stumps. Have a look at this. He's just finished bowling. Off he goes, and he manages to get there. Yeah, not so good in the background there. Faf du Plessis not happy with the throw. He's had issues with that tennis elbow. You watch him here. Look at that, the grimace. Oh dear. This will show it even better. Just a single to finish. Dawdling along. 79 for 7.
Yeah, taking a look at this points table here. If you remember at the top end of this game when Faf du Plessis went for the toss, he was kind of talking about how this is where the real competition starts. I mean, if the points table, everyone is almost even, just those two at the top with the 8 and everyone else at 6. Every single game is going to be important here.
Yeah, really tight Lexus team standings. It makes every game going from here one that we watch with much interest and with a big impact on any team each time. But just the 3 games to go. Texas Super Kings are at the bottom, are on a must-win rest of the tournament. It's to make sure of things for themselves with regard to qualification. Yeah, obviously there's the permutations when it comes to that net run rate, far right figure. Long off. Oh, misjudged. Totally done by the wind there. Absolutely done. He's got good hands, Vian Mulder, but did not even get anything on it. And he might juggle to himself because, my goodness.
Yeah, eyes on the ball, but unfortunately could not get a hand to it. He looked pretty confident running in there, Pommy, but just right over his head. Fortunately didn't go through for a boundary, so definitely still saving runs there.
There is wind. And the prevailing wind goes towards him at long off. He's at the Mount Boldy end, the end they're bowling from currently. So look at those palms. And you can see how they're being blown. It's quite a strong breeze. And so when the ball goes up, you have to account for that as well. And when it first goes up, he thinks he's got to go a long way in. And he charges off the ropes. But then once he's in and trying to get under it, he realizes I'm nowhere near under the ball here and can't even back paddle enough to get a hand on it. Yep. Nice shot. Really nice shot. Won't go for 4. He'll pick up a precious couple. I was watching Donovan Ferreira as he walked off and towards Mulder, sort of nonchalantly, as if it was going to be a comfortable catch. And when it wasn't, his reaction wasn't to get closer. It was just to kind of peep across and then turn back and chuckle because all he's saying is, you've made a dog's dinner of that. And there'll be a fine.
Yeah, good thing we might not be there to hear the conversation between the bowler and the fielder there, Pommy.
Would you get fined, your teams?
Well, usually I'm behind the stumps. I'm not there on the boundary, but
Not you personally, if someone did.
maybe not a fine. Maybe make them do something silly. A little punishment.
Couple of runs in the over. 88 for 7. Yeah, if he hits, that's gone. It's a live wire. De Silva in the field. Charges all over the place and really good when he bowls as well.
Back into the attack at the grandstand, end number 20, Adam Mills.
More of Mill. He's into his last one with superb figures of 2 for 5, and this is Milne's most economical 4-over spell. And you think about his best for the Sydney Thunder down under against the Adelaide Strikers way back in 2020-21. He got 1 for 6 and 4. So just go that bit better. Maybe even take another pole with him. Wicket, that is. Get another one. Get 3 for. Sent back there. Gannon says to Hamid, no, no, no. There's not one there. Hello, Liam Plunkett.
Hello, mate. Yeah, tough going here, but a great spell from Mill. I spoke about this from his first over. He hasn't really changed too much. He stuck to his test match length, smashing the pitch, and it's been hard to play. And you fancy him picking up another one here to finish it off.
Oh, it wasn't that far away. Have a shy. Oh, going to have to work on that dart throwing. Someone could be a bit injured here. Done himself a mischief here, Hamid. The old hamstring, getting out of the blocks and having to get the skates on, as it were. But this nearly went onto the stumps just there. Shy, running on an angle. Oh, Hamid, yeah, and he pulls up.
Yeah, I think that's. I've done a few of them myself, Danny. That looks like the old hamstring. Bad throw in. Can't see. It's not been out there long enough to get any cramp. You know? It's only been out there a few overs, but.
Looks like we're going to have a little Holton proceedings for Pomona. Yeah, very sorry looking score. Look, only. Well, now 3 with Gannon. They've got double figures. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, in fact. 4 have got into double figures. Can't believe it. Look at their top order. Blown away. Really got going. Bowling is outstanding. These figures.
Yeah, you look down there, starting off with Mulder. He's been the most expensive, but he went for 8s, opening up, and then Milne's been outstanding. Test match length, as we spoke about, a economy rate of 1.7, which is outstanding. And everyone else has chipped in and hit the length. Just looking at the dismissals here. Adam Milne, outstanding. Hit his line in length. Tim Seifert slapped away. And it's been hard to play. The pitch has been a little bit up and down, a bit of bounce. Couldn't do too much about that. But the balls have been on song throughout, using the pitch as an advantage. Some shots maybe not there, but you can't just sit and look to hit singles. You have to take chances at some point during the game. But the balls have been on song, very disciplined, hit the line in length, and that's what you have to do on this pitch. So far, so good for the Texas Super Kings.
Yeah, and they've held their catches. The good slip catches there. Meat's not too good here. I think he might be limping back off. Will he, or is he? I think he wants to stay. Physio just saying, look, mate, there's still a bit to play. There's still a lot of cricket left. You've got to go to Dallas. And hopefully things go well there for the Orcas, and they want to get up into playoffs week back in Oakland, Coliseum. He's saying he's okay. I think he wants to stay here, does Harmeet Singh, because there's still plenty of deliveries left here. We've only had 16 and a half overs.
The thing is with that, it could be okay, but when you get like a tiny bit of a strain, and that next one you go a sprint, it goes from a strain to a grade 1 or 2. Goes from a few days to potentially 2 weeks, which is the rest of the tournament. So you need to be a little bit careful, but the physio had a good look at that. put his magic sponge on it, Danny, and he's good.
Oh, we love a bit of magic from the fizz. Yeah. Oh, it's gone wide here. Just a bit of movement. Here, yeah, I didn't like that. That's why I've asked for a replay down the line. And Vijaya. Hollywood Knights. Using the pace of Mill, and it's a small boundary there, so hand on it will prevent four, but Savage does all right in the end. But it is a small boundary. Coming back to our commentary position here at Pomona.
Well played. Little open the blade. It was a good hand there by, I think it was Calvin Savage that stopped the four and then managed to run after it, and it only was two in the end. Good bit of fielding.
I was out there, the pitch report for Nika Kolan earlier. We were just talking about the little bit, just a few indentations there and thereabouts, but it's certainly here with Milne. It's what you expect from him. Around off stump tight in that zone. Yeah, about there. Called the corridor of uncertainty, where batters want to have a little flirt and can so often get caught behind with a little nick.
Yeah, he's just been digging a trench there from both ends, from the showing that again. He's not doing too much, didn't bounce too much, but he's just lived there throughout this spell, throughout the 4 overs about to complete. Outstanding. Outstanding bowling by Adam Milne. And looks like Harmeet is about to come off. He's tried to run there, and I think that hamstring is worse than we thought it was initially. So we have Jesse Singh is coming out to bat. Harmeet Singh is going to take the bench.
Yeah, I think that's wise. As you were saying, Liam, you don't want that to turn into a grade 1 or a grade 2. And, just get some ice on that, just relax. And, yeah, retiring hurt is Harmeet Singh.
Live to fight another day. But also in terms of their bowling, potentially how many overs he's going to bowl on here, but you're losing out 4 overs of one of your main spinners.
Yeah, spot on. Good point, Liam. They're going to lose 4 overs of frontline bowling because Harmeet Singh, he's a go-to guy. He gets people out, and we saw that particularly at the Oakland Coliseum. It's important wickets in this form of the game, does Harmeet Singh. So I could be going back for a bit of ice on that leg. Certainly some treatment for Harmeet Singh. Milne, he's got 1 to go here, and he's 4th over. Can he take another one with him? Not necessarily retired hurt, but blow him away with the stumps disappearing. Oh, it tailed in a little. But, think about 2, not there. So Milne finishes with 2 for 10 from his 4, and the Orcas are 94 for 7.
Yeah, that's such a great spell. He set the intensity from his first over, didn't miss his line in length much at all, continued throughout his 4 overs. Great spell, picks up 2 for 10. That's how you bowl on this wicket, that's how you execute, and that's why he's so good.
Yeah, very good figures. In good conditions. Yeah, pitch is just nibbling around. We keep saying it's a brand new surface. We all know that now. Here's Mulder. It's useful, to say the least. Galloping Gannon to the 4. They're racing away.
Shot of the day. Just opened it up and give it the old wrist flick. Guided it over short fine leg for 4. Read the ball well here. Went straight into a cross seam, maybe a bit off pace, and he actually played it well. He waited for it and just paddled it over short fine leg, 4 runs.
Yeah, Dejan Forrester. He's having a crack. He's into his last, the big fella. bowled and well played. So just the smarts, having got a boundary, you know, let's just, hey, let's just noodle it around and try and fight out the rest of the over, because they're effectively 8 down with the loss of Harmeet Singh's injury.
Yeah. Can you squeeze up to 120, 125 off this pitch? Then you've got the Orcas that come out with a good bowling lineup. The man himself who's just came into bat, Jesse Singh, and also Bartman can put pressure on from ball 1. You never know. 125, 130, hard to get there.
Yeah, we saw Jesse Singh the other night against Trent Bolt. Took him for 16 and 1 over. So he's no slouch with bat in hand. It's big Jasdeep Singh. Nice if you're in that breeze, but if you're not, it is very warm here. We are lucky there is a substantial breeze in here in Pomona for this afternoon, Sunday. This is match 21 and Cognizant MLC. Oh, he missed out there, Jesse Singh. One on his hip to flick.
Does this ground remind you of anywhere, Danny? Anywhere like Caribbean, the West Indies vibe, or a bit like, yeah,
with you, a little bit of Caribbean flavour about it when you've got just the marquees there. Nice and simple, humble. Stands that are easy. But watch out for those. The Baldy Hills. Very nice vista. That's handy for the Orcas. They all count, and suddenly, boom, 100 up now for the Orcas.
Here we look at the when the Orcas come to bowl. If they can squeeze up to 125, you've got Jesse, who's leading wicket taker with 14, Bartman, who's second in the charts with 13 wickets. So it's not going to be an easy task for the Super Kings coming out to bat.
And just on that about the venue here, there's been a lot of work gone into it. Just had a layer strip out the back, not far from here. So leading towards LA Olympics, and just over a couple of years away. And this wonderful boutique venue will get even better. Get some practice pitches out the back for the players. Net facilities. Enhance the ground a bit more. Oh, no. What's Gannon? No galloping there, is there? You're out of here. Confusion between Jasdeep and Gannon results in a run out, and it is the end of Cameron Gannon.
Outstanding fielding. He's been special throughout this season. Ball goes out to the deep. Potentially a 2 if they both go quickly turn in and out, potentially, but he's so quick across that ground, and the throw is clever. One bounce straight over the top, and Muknamala, easy job, takes the ball, knocks the stumps off. The big man Gannon will go. He will exit the ground for 20. Cameron Gannon goes for 20. Orcas 101 for 8.
Underlining the breeze through here. Windmill is cranking up almost into 4th gear, I reckon. Not quite overdrive, but it is useful. Villiers, Viljoen, Hardis Viljoen on the boundary. It's not bad, little clip round there. I'll get 2 there now, with a misfield as well, help. So Barters is out there. Otniel Bartman to join Jasdeep.
We've got the wicket here, knocked into mid-wicket. It was kind of a bit of a sluggish. Jesse was looking for 2, in and out. Hesitation, no communication. Thank you very much. Straight into the gloves, knocks the bails off, and that's an easy run out. Excellent fielding once again.
De Silva, yeah, changes it up, holds with a bit of heat on it. No one's saying it's wide. Oh. Yeah, Vijaya not helping the bowlers at all. That's tight, and it's been given against De Silva. Bunt into the onside. They should get 2 here. Yeah. We're on a pitch that's more in the middle of the square, folks. So, yes, there's still a slight bias to one side. And there's plenty of these opportunities on if you're smart about it.
It's actually really good cricket here. A good ball, top of the stumps, and in and out for 2. Question is, are you brave enough at this point to bring deep mid-wicket up, put pressure on? Is he then going to go across it, which is hard to whack that ball up to mid-wicket, chance of a pull? But that for me, but fast my experience, but put pressure on, mid-wicket up, stop there 2.
He's no slouch, De Silva, getting these in, Yorkers. He's actually quite a Yorker specialist. And I suppose when you think about it, it's got to be a given. It's one of your go-tos. If you're an out-and-out pacer, you've got to. Just around the corner, match 22. San Francisco Unicorns and the MI New York are backing up here from last night. It'll be key for the Unicorns. They really do want to win this one if they can against MI New York, who've got on a little bit of a roll, have New York, just of late. A little low. Not a tall man, De Silva. Skiddy. He's quicker than you think.
He is. Difficult shot when the bounce is not getting quite up here. Maybe looking to hit bang down the ground. Get to the pitch of the ball. Just put your hands through it, through the covers straight. I think trying to angle it down to third man's a tricky shot here. We've talked about Adam Milne's figures, but also De Silva's been excellent here. Nearly completed his spell. Only went for 15 runs, picked up 2 wickets today.
That's missing. The bowler likes it, but it looks like it was sliding. But good pace, certainly was. Zipping through there in late 130s, yeah. Managed to, as you say, Liam Plunkett, get over the 3 figures. Can they get past and breach 120, given there's only 7 deliveries left in the innings here?
See off this ball here, then potentially that last over, you're going to have to take a risk. Got 1 wicket left because of the injury to Harmeet Singh. Maybe swing it a few, get hold of a few, edge a few, get 10, 15 of it, get 125, then you have a score.
Oh, looks a bit of shout. Yeah, I'm with you, Vijaya. Index finger up, and then there's a run out, but he's gone for it, but you've got to wait. The first decision there. Baseball double play from De Silva, but we're going to check out an LBW.
Third umpire, the television director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. The ball is quite close to the inside edge. I'll need ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Ultra edge coming up. There is a gap there on the left-hand side, a flat line on ultra edge. There's no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available? Original decision out, pitching outside off, impact in line, wickets hitting, review is lost. Can you go back on field to Vijaya? Vijaya, you can stay with your original out decision. You are on screen.
Yeah, a VTEX review in the way of the bowler. De Silva looked out just from the first time real time. He's got 3 for 15, but it's not the end of the innings. Barters, Mr. Bartman has to go for a duck, and it's 107 for 9 because Harmeet Singh's coming out with a runner.
A little bit of confusion here between the umpire and the head coach, Borges. The discussion is potentially, are you allowed a runner? Hamid can bat, but you're not allowed a runner. So that's disappointing. So Hamit's going to have swing and not run. Question is, Danny, do you use that bat as like a walking stick? A bit healthier, a bit easier to get out there.
Yeah. Well, you think if he keep a semblance of a solid platform striking, you want quite a decent heavy bat here. Swing through it. I'm just wondering the value of it. He's so important to the Orcas lineup, particularly with his lovely left arm spin. So let's see what he can do for a start, because we've only got 6 balls left in the innings. Is he really going to make a difference? He's probably just going to be, hopefully, at the non-striker's end for Jasdeep, who's going to swing to for the rafters here. We've got Mulder with the last over. He's taken the single. That's interesting. There's still 5 balls left in the innings. Jesse, what are you doing?
What are you bowling here? Slow and wide, make him stretch with that lunge, with that hamstring. I'm not sure that's the smartest idea. Let Jesse Singh stay down there and have a whack at it. But it's going to be interesting how Harmeet plays this. Hopefully he proves me wrong and he hits a few boundaries here.
Yeah, I'm with you, Liam. From us nasty bowlers, make him reach. So wide line Yorker's the order, but he's not quite got the field. He's got a deep point, but the third there, if you're going to bowl wide line Yorkers, you want some protection. Oh, he's gone into the surface. Milne, that's a good hit, really good hit. Almost went for 6. Milne, take it easy, Chief. Watch out for those advertising electronic scoreboards. Look at them. Oh, mate. Hope he's all right, these two.
Well, it was like an off pace, I think. It was a good swing of the bat, which he can do. Very handy, Harmeet Singh. Pierces long on and deep mid wicket. 1 bounce. I think it's Forrest out there. Does well to hurdle the old steeplechase. Danny gets across it. He's safe. He's good.
Yeah. It was a good effort from Forrester, but he couldn't get there. Hobbled through for a single, and classic stuff this, with no runner, of course, allowed. Modern era, changed the rules.
Also, we kind of giggle at this, but it is painful, isn't it? When you have to run or walk extremely quick with a bad hamstring. Not easy to execute your shot. A quick 5 runs from him. Jesse can hopefully hit a few boundaries here.
Yeah, law change a few years ago in terms of no runners anymore, because they felt that cricket players were abusing that privilege. It's quick. Good movement too. Still a little bit of nibble away from the outside edge of Jesse Singh's blade. At 17, and this was it. He really pumped it beautifully. He got stuck in to Trent Bolt here. Crashed and bashed it all around the park. So okay, he's got a couple of those left in him. 2 balls left, 6 off. Mulder 1 for 32 here at the moment. Have to reload that. I've got a few of these. What are we? 6 wides? Oh, 7 now. I tell you, bowling coaches with their KPIs, their little clipboard they're looking through, will not like that. That's an extra over. Naughty.
It is fine margin as a bowler, isn't it? I'm going to say that, Danny. But you're so close to bowling a perfect wide, slow bouncer. Slightly missed. It's wide. Hopefully he can execute the next delivery. Heavy length. Let the pitch do the work.
Up. And the breeze will help take it away. Oh, it's gone all the way. The maximum, yeah. Wayne Boogie Knights with the arms aloft again has travelled the distance. Much needed. There's that 120 you're on about, Liam Plunkett.
Not out the middle of the bat, but it doesn't need to be. A great swing. Top edge. Sails with the wind into the VIP section, I think, Danny. 6 to the total. Anyway, we'll take it. The Orcas will take that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Now just clocked over a runner ball, just over 6s. Can he do this? Oh, well, he's going to come around here. I think VR Mulder has decided that he's going to change the angle up here for this last delivery against Jesse Singh. quite the timing, and as I say, that's the biggest side of the boundary here today. So ends with a single, and yeah, a nice little cameo from Jasdeep. Both players ending up on 13 not out, and they do breach the 120. They get to 121 for 9. So something on the board here for the Orcas, because they weren't bowled out for, say, 95 or something. They actually squeezed past the 120.
Just looking at the batting card, which is not amazing to look at. A tough start here. Obviously, Saifa Janghir struggled. Highest still was Cameron Gannon, who played nicely at the back end. A little bit of a partnership from Hamid and Jasdeep with a few boundaries at the back end. But yeah, it wasn't a great scorecard to look at. Tough conditions against some really good ball-ins from the Orcas. 121 for 9. The score is on the board, and it might be tricky to navigate in this second innings from TSK.
Well, once again, because it is a brand new venue and a brand new cricket square in terms of pitches, not going so well for the batters. But yeah, Hamid Gannon with that 23 was useful. 14 for Jesse and Hamid at the bottom. So handy from the bowlers, from down in the engine room of the bowling fraternity. 1 for 40, 2 for 10 from Milne was brilliant with 16 dot balls, and 3 for 15 with 16 dot balls was outstanding, those two. Rightio, let's go down to Aman Patel.
Here with Adam Milne. Adam, 2 wickets for you today. You seem to own that 6 to 8 meter length. What prompted that plan?
I think just how the wicket's been playing over the last few games. Obviously, there's some variable bounce. It was nice to have a bit of movement in the air today as well, which also helps at the in the power play.
In terms of the weather conditions, maybe a bit like Dallas before you get out there, how did it feel today?
Yeah, not quite as hot as Dallas. There's a nice breeze here. It's nice conditions, yeah. No, feels good.
And in terms of the score on the board, how do you feel about that final total?
Look, I think, you know, we're happy with how we bowled. We restricted them nicely and took wickets right throughout the innings. I don't think the wicket's perfect, I think, but we've got a talented batting group. We should be able to knock this off.
Thank you so much. Go well in the second innings.
Cheers.
Yes, well bowled, Adam Milne. Target is 122 from 120 balls. We'll check out the reply very shortly.
I'm out pitch side, and you can see behind me, the bowlers are starting to warm up. Ali Sheikh is there, Daslan Shanika, Cam Gannon, all in the background. And it's really important this period because this is the only period where the bowlers can get the opportunity to warm up. For those baseball fans, you'll typically remember there's a bullpen where they'll do exactly this. They'll maybe throw 80 to 90% velo and then work on some of the variations, but then they get the opportunity to get onto the mound. And from there, they get 2 minutes and 15 seconds or 8 pitches to warm up. So they'll throw their gas, they'll throw their changeups, their knuckleballs, and everything, and then they'll get the opportunity to pitch after that. In cricket, there really is nothing like that. You have to be diligent out here when you're warming up. They'll literally have a physical phone that'll go out there and will call the individual to say, hey, get the next pitcher ready. Out here in cricket, no. Ali Sheikh, he's got to work on his variations now and make sure he is nailing it when we get out there. Hold on, wait, I think I'm getting a call myself.
Get Patel up and running, get Patel up and running.
I guess my coaches need me out there too. I gotta go, guys, see you later.
Oh, thank you. I'm loving the baseball comparisons, and not a bad turn of pace either. Well, the Orcas batting card, remarkably, the highest score of the innings, all the way down at number 9. Cameron Gannon and Jesse Singh, and indeed an injury-stricken Harmeet Singh added some late impetus to get it up over a run a ball. But they'll have to be satisfied with their total of 121 for 9. Nexus power play dominated by the bowlers, really, with the exception of that 1-6 from Seifert. He was dismissed in the very next over. Adam Milne, who was the star of the show, went for just 10 from his 4 overs. Amchi De Silva with a good catch. That was Bretsky's only boundary, and then he was dismissed by one that burst through the surface. Ferocious delivery from Vian Mulder. And it was the end of Jahangir, a good catch at first slip from Donovan Ferreira. Ali Sheikh came in and played with freedom. He had a couple of boundaries, one to the leg side and the next one to the off. Had some support from Hetmar, who also got to double figures. Sheikh perished looking for a big one off Lamba. And then Hetmar was dismissed just a couple of deliveries later from Amchi De Silva's very first delivery. That was the freedom of the arms from Daslan Shanik, a massive hit. The drop catch from Saiteja Mukamala didn't cost much because Forrester struck back. Stoinis thought he had one in his hitting arc, but he hit it straight up, and Faf du Plessis doesn't drop many. Reverse cup to hold on to a good catch. And Forrester managed to get really unlucky because Vian Mulder overran it completely. There's a rather poor piece of running. Not sure what Jesse Singh was doing to Cameron Gannon, who wanted to get back on strike. Then Neil Bartman was trapped right in front. Harmeet Singh limped out on one leg but managed to hit a boundary. And Jesse Singh ended with a maximum to get the Orcas up to 121. Maybe those late runs will give them some kind of a chance. But for the bowlers, the men in yellow, well, I thought they were sublime. Amchi De Silva, probably the pick of them. But Adam Milne, very, very impressive again. And once more, Vian Mulder was expensive despite picking up that wicket. We're hoping that we're going to be able to see him in the second innings. He struggled throughout the first with that injury. He showed all of his grit and determination. Let's learn a little more about Harmeet Singh.
I just want to keep playing cricket, but there's, as an athlete, first thing is you control what you can. I want to stay fit. I want to play for as long as I can. But also, what matters is wherever I'm playing, I'm winning games for my team. Part of the leadership group and part of what team culture we're trying to build is putting in trust with the players, putting in whatever lineup we start up with. We want to trust the players, give them a good run, and go from there, and rather than chopping and changing from every game. I think I moved here 2020. We hardly had a stadium then. Now we have 3 to 4 stadiums, and infrastructure has improved vastly. player quality, pool of players are bigger now. Just from the outlook, when I talk back home, there's like in India with my friends in the first class team or the Indian team, whatever, they all look up to USA cricket as the next big thing. In the USA team, all focus to make it to the 50-over World Cup, because we all feel that that is the real World Cup you want to play. Really put pressure on ICC to make us a full member nation. Hopefully playing the Olympics, there's a T20 World Cup that year as well. If not me, the next generation can play Test cricket for USA. So that's something which I would want to see happening for USA cricket. Hi, this is Harmeet Singh. I'm 33 years old, originally from Mumbai, now settled in Houston, Texas. My biggest passion is making mast chicken biryani.
Well, inspiring stuff, talking about not just his journey, but the future of American cricket here. Now for the Super Kings to take what would be a crucial win in their final game before they head back home to Texas. They'll need 122 runs to win. Can they do it? Can they do it? Find out live with us. Welcome back on the final day of this Pomona leg of Cognizant MLC Season 4. And the Orcas have had to battle and fight up to the total of 121 for 9. Means the men in yellow will need 122 to win, and their regular opening pairing is already out there. Faf du Plessis, captain fantastic for that career strike rate across his history in the league, joined by young Saiteja Mukamalu, who's having a really promising season, fresh from his career best in MLC history. It's a very impressive knock of 80. He's in the top 5 run scorers in the competition, but the bowlers have tended to hold sway in the afternoon contests that we saw yesterday and indeed today. Will it remain the case as Marcus Stoinis, the captain, will take the new ball for the Seattle Orcas, the men from the Pacific Northwest. Beautiful scenes of the southern side of the west half of the country here, down in the greater LA region, and we're all set for the chase. runs immediately as Faf du Plessis gets off the mark, as I welcome Pommy and Bangwa. Pommy, an early good evening to you. Beautiful day for it. Can the Orcas get into this contest?
Let's hope so. What's going to be essential here is for the batters to not allow the same sort of patterns as occurred when they bowled. But there is a difficulty with that because off the surface, you look at the VTEX leading run scorers and Mukamala's up there. Seifert today not able to add too many more to his tally.
A little bit of nibble out of the surface. Now, for those wondering about Harmeet Singh, Pommy, he is going to be off the field, and given how bad that injury looked, it might not see him. We'll have to wait and see. Sharad Lumba is on as the subfielder. He's at first slip right now.
That sort of delivery is what you're going to get from Marcus Stoinis. He tends to swing the ball away from right-handers, likes to be full. And think back to Milne, running up and bowling and able to hit a length. A whole lot more pace than what Stoinis bowls at. But it's the sort of game plan that the Orcas will also employ. Just sit on a length, get as close to the stumps as you can, and just remain in that channel, asking the Texas Super Kings to try and play shots off there.
Well, that's hitting with the wind. That's very clever batting. Sat up for Mukamala. Gets a really good piece of it. Going to soar all the way for 6. Bright start for the youngster.
Another really good example of the wind here. This hits the bottom of the bat. Doesn't hit the middle at all. And yet it still sails a long way and goes for 6.
Stoinis has kind of been the hidden weapon with the ball within a very good Seattle Orcas bowling attack. Bartman and Singh have got the plaudits, but it's actually Marcus Stoinis that has the best strike rate. And when we talk about strike rate within bowlers, that's as to how many balls it takes them for them to take each wicket. So at the moment, Stoinis is taking a wicket every 10.1 balls, which is even better than Bartman's 11.5. He's done this quite a lot this season, just being used up at the top for 1 over. But I don't think he was happy with that length that he hit there as Mukamala pounced upon it. So he goes fuller instead. Super Kings have had their problems with the bat too, haven't they? Outside of the consistency of Mukamala and Faf du Plessis up in Texas. There's been some runs from Mulder and Rousseau, but not a lot else to cheer. Playing a miss to end the first over. 7 runs come from it. 7 for none.
The decision review system is in use in today's match. Each team is allowed a maximum of 2 unsuccessful reviews to an umpire decision per innings. Opening the bowling is the Mount Baldy, and for the Orcas, number 2, Jesse Singh.
Being treated to the most glorious views throughout every minute of this Pomona leg. I'm excited for what's to come too for this Knight Riders cricket ground. We'll play host to both the men's and women's return for cricket to the Olympics as part of LA 28. Plenty more developments to this venue. Practice pitches coming in. Lots more as Jesse Singh will get things going from the Mount Baldy end. Starts down the leg side. He's having a prolific season. Here's our Remitly leading wicket takers and 2 men in green at the top. Jesse Singh's been a bit more expensive than Bartman, but he's been even more penetrative. 14 wickets for him, and well, Bartman is having such a good year. Really is. Has the ball on a string right now.
Got to just bring those stumps into play. Back to that first over. He's more in the channel, Stoinis, than on off. Adjustment is not an easy one. He'll have it in his mind. There's a patience required as well, but your game plan has to be spot on. It's difficult to get runs, but you've also got to be in the area that's most difficult to get away.
Nice use of the feet to skip down the track, and a flick of the wrist all the way for 6. It's a shot that's had good reward throughout this Pomona leg. Batters choosing to charge at the fast bowlers.
Lovely shot inside the line of the ball so that he can access it, and always looking to go straight. Importantly, not fighting the conditions because the wind is in that direction. And he is class. Been around forever.
To the immediate call. It's got a long way behind square, so he'll get back comfortably.
The 6 should not work as a deterrent for Jasdeep Singh. Next one, he comes up, looks to bowl quicker, Remitly speedy delivery, but needs to just stay on the length and stay on that, on the stumps.
Really good batting. Another dance down the track. The first one was hit straight down the ground, this time square, and Du Plessis taking a liking to Singh.
Yeah, excellent. Length is shorter, and so allows him to go across. What you've got to take out is outcomes. Got to plot what is your game plan, set fields accordingly, and on surfaces that do something, you've got to then be in the area that is most likely to yield you results. Conversely, batters will then look to try and get you away from that area, and so that's why I say you don't want to be looking at the outcome. If you're hitting the area that you and the rest of the bowling group have decided is going to be hardest to get away, he does it once, hits you away, you can shift your field, but you still need to sit in that area. The first ball he bowled, what happened, it sort of stayed down and was on the stumps. So that's the kind of length, 8-meter length.
Really clever batting, intelligent cricket from Du Plessis. 14 from the over, 21 for none. He's such a student of the game as well. There's no doubt that he'll have been studying everything that's gone on this week. That's why we saw that innovation, that attacking intent, dancing down the track not once but twice in the over. Getting good reward for it as well. In small chases like this, if you get off to a bright start, should be a cakewalk from there. You always sensed it was going to be a matter of time before Bartman was brought into the attack here in this Lexus power play, and immediately Stoinis calls upon his trump card.
We're a little bit surprised there isn't a slip in place. One for Gully and dead straight. stay on the stumps, and the variation that'll come from the pitch is what will then work for you. Lays down for du Plessis, and on getting up says ump, and I think we need to check that.
Third umpire to TV director, we have a player review for LBW. Given out. I've checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. The ball appears quite close to the inside edge. I'm going to need ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Comes ultra edge. Forward. If there's a gap between bat and ball, flat line on ultra edge. There is no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Original decision out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line, wickets hitting, the review is lost. Can you go back on field to Vijaya, please? Vijaya, you can stay with your original out decision. You are on screen, make your signal.
More excellent umpiring. It's been a real factor throughout the season. Vijay Mallela gets it right on. Du Plessis got to go for 14. 21 for 1.
Super Kings, number 32, Riley Rousseau.
One South African replaces the other. Riley Rousseau comes to the crease, the left-hander at number 3.
And removed by a South African too, so it's a bit of a South African affair. But we must always get ready when he comes on to bowl to do the Bartman, because he's fantastic, Otniel.
Tell you something, this is a really good decision. It was also quite a sort of surreal and somewhat comical moment. I don't think Faf's actually in any way hurt. Almost like a boxing count he was given. Absolutely bloodied but unbowed. He still had that clock in his head all the way up to 15. Ooh, swing and real swing away from the left-hander. Such is his cricket awareness. He had that inner clock in his head. He knew that he was still going to have to at some point make that DRS signal, even if it was in vain. Love this, absolutely love it. He's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back you come, Faf. 9, 10. Out goes the counter. And there it is, just in time.
There's a simplicity to the Bartman plan. Not necessarily an ease to it in terms of accuracy, but he is accurate and able to hit a length, to hold a line, and so wherever he gets some assistance, then becomes doubly difficult to face. And on here, what they want, keep banging on about it, is dead straight, make the batters make a decision. Also, if they're tentative, they're then not quite going to move their feet, and it might give you a chance. Compared, I know who it was, I think it was Dan the Man a couple of days ago, thinking and talking about all things South African with regard to cricket, the metronomic surgeon, Bern and Philander.
Yeah, spot on. What an apt comparison that is, and something that Neil Bartman will certainly enjoy. South African legend Vernon Philander, king of the red ball game. Think of the way in which the Super Kings did it first innings too, keeping those stumps in play, definitely the plan. Oh, I think it's carried. And it's a great leaping catch coming forward from Cameron Gannon. Handy runs with the bat, and now a crucial take in the field. The Orcas have both of the Super Kings openers.
Oh, brilliant. Gannon like a salmon out of the water. You watch him here. And it's a teaser because he's first got to judge where it is. And then up and forward. And gets it in those big mitts of his. Fantastic. The Orcas happy at the dismissal of Mukamala. Super Kings 23 for 2.
Shubham Ranjane to the crease. He'll be at the non-strikers end because the dismissal of Saiteja Mukamala, the great catch from Cameron Gannon. He'll be full of confidence now. Runs 20 in the first innings. High scorer. Great catch, and now he's got his tail up with the wind behind him. Take a quick single, we'll get home. 37 years of age, big Cameron Gannon, and he leapt like a salmon to grab it. Wonderful catch.
Another thing that they can't afford, I mean, they've only got 121, as obvious as it might seem, but to make sure that whatever chances are created are actually taken, so the pressure never lifts off TSK. Need just about everything to go right here. And for Gannon, good catch, and the confidence you speak of needs to permeate to his bowling side, because this season he's not gone so well with ball in hand. So he needs to have a better than average day today. Keep it simple, got a slip in place, he's a tall bowler. Hit your length in your line.
He's 6'7" is Cameron Gannon, and he was in so tight here at mid-wicket. And the Cognizant clutch catch comes from the leaping Cameron Gannon.
Yeah, good catch. Tough the judgment because he's playing a full-blooded shot. It comes off the stickers.
Clipped away and will get to the rope. The man out deep on the leg side is quite square. A nice piece of touch from Shubham Ranjane gets his account underway with a boundary.
And more of that is what Texas Super Kings will say. Of the length and also that line. They're just sweating on opportunities to be able to really work the ball away, get it off to the fence. Excellent. You see him just kind of sink into the ground there, Bartman. He's trying to get him under the ball, get his hands under the ball, get to it, and he does. Lovely.
It brought about a few dance moves from Shimron Hetmar. Love to see the passion on display from every player in Cognizant MLC. What do you reckon of these moves?
Yeah, well, what it certainly does, there you go, one's jumping, one's sinking to the ground, they get it. And what it does is it just gives them some hope as they start, because they wouldn't have had too much, having got 121. Look at him. I think he's got to work on his dancing.
Bit of Curtly Ambrose in that from Shimron Hetmar. 4 have been bowled at TSK, 28 for 2.
Nice. I tell you what, it's cool, but I don't think that's what we have over here. He's loving it next to me. But I tell you what, everyone is trying to get out of this sun and find another way to stay cool. I had to run from the bullpen, so I got myself a little cooling fan, but I saw the umbrellas. I said, I got to get next to these guys here, but they might even be doing better. What's this, my man? What do you have on your neck?
I got to say thanks to my wife, because she gave me these cooling pads.
I should have stolen that as well. I've got the fan. I think I need the cooling pad. My man, hold on. Right next to me. What do we do? He's got jeans. You got jeans and long sleeves. It's 95 degrees right now.
I mean, you got to save your skin for something. So, yeah. Otherwise, I can't go home. Getting dark.
Oh, man. The wife saved him there, and he's doing this for his wife here. Even behind me, you've got jeans on too, my man, but you've got the umbrella. Very smart with the umbrella. But my man to my left. I need. Where did you get the ice cream? Where do I go get the ice
I got
cream?
it from one of the vendors over there.
One of the vendors. Where? Just off in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I'm going to be next, guys. You're not going to see me sitting on the bleachers. I'm going to get one of these ice creams. I need it. It is very warm out here, and we're finding all kinds of ways to stay cool.
Ice cream wouldn't do very well in this weather. It is hot today, folks. Very hot these last couple of days here in Pomona, but a nice breeze. Thank you, Aman. Otniel Bartman, 15 wickets now. And 6 in the Lexus power play as they get 2. Really is unbelievable. And the way him and Jasdeep Singh have worked in tandem, reminiscent to Harris, Ralph and Bartlett a season ago. Both were top 2 wicket takers, although the Unicorns didn't win, but were a big part as to why they had success.
Yeah, you think about Rousseau, you think about Ferreira, that combination of those guys, Vian Mulder, South African connection in this Texas Super Kings lineup, and then you think about the Aussie connection over in the Orcas, West Indian connections for the Knight Riders. So there is that continued theme of overseas star quality in abundance in the same country, given that they've been around a lot together. And the sort of that nucleus of sort of almost like an extended family. You want to be there together and be in the trenches to do it well and have each other's backs. It's a nice little bit of movement back in and just kept it a little low. Yeah, lots to fight for here for those in yellow.
Deep third, deep fine. 2 fielders outside the circle. Another excellent over in the Lexus power play. 32 for 2.
Continues to keep it just 4 runs from over number 5. Super Kings about a hour from the target, but over the way through the innings. 32 for 2. Returning to the attack at the mound ball, the end of the blue, Jesse.
Things relatively close at the moment in terms of comparisons, but of course, Super Kings aware of exactly what they need to chase and their wicket better. Remitly leading wicket takers, Bartman and Jasdeep Singh operating in tandem. Most wickets in a single season was Trent Bolt back in the first year, Danny. 22 wickets in 8 games. We've obviously got more games now in season 4. I reckon that record could be in danger.
Well, you'd hope so. That old adage of records are there to be broken, aren't they? Improvement, bowlers, and they can work on what they bring to the contest. Players will tell you they've got to have that in the locker. Different varieties of slow balls, good Yorkers, good bouncers, slow bouncers. You just have to try and keep one step ahead of the batters, but it certainly isn't easy.
It's a chip. Bartman has taken at least a wicket every single game. And of course, Danny, the other consideration is that conditions this season have been a bit more conducive to the bowlers. In Auckland, even in Dallas at times, and definitely here.
Yes, and the nature of things trying to settle down. Oakland's only into its second year, isn't it? We started there last year, dropping pitches. They can be sometimes a little on the low side, and it's all just going to take a bit of time. And so that's the great thing, a bit of patience. And Americans here in this part of the world learning more about cricket, learning to be more cricket-centric and understand the laws of the game, the intricacies of it and how it changes and why that's happening and how they're trying to do this and that. Exciting.
Because of the challenge, it means that runs are at a premium. There's a high value on 30s and 40s because this man can produce spells like this.
Well, he's so good at cutters, nipping back, pace on, pace off. Lovely challenging lines. But it's the smarts that Jesse Singh provides. They look like they're all just deliveries that should have been smashed. They're not. Into the surface, pace off. As we talk about in the trade, not seam up and trying to bowl quick. You're bowling good slower balls.
Liam Plunkett spoke earlier in the season about Jasdeep Singh trusting his slower ball a bit more. Work in progress. Only 5 for this season, Danny, and only 5 in the history of the league. 5 wicket hauls are difficult to get. A lot of 4s.
Yeah, you only got 24 balls, and there's the argument we threw around and go, well, look, what about your best bowler getting an extra over? Extra over or maybe 2. Batsmen can bat the whole of the 20 overs. So is there room for a little law tweak that your best bowler could maybe bowl 6?
Need to ask Mr. Simon Towful, Danny.
Very powerful, Simon Towful. Around the game. Yeah, look at that. 6 for 9. Netravelka. Quite obscene, really, isn't it? 6 for 9. It's outrageous in the first season. Then Mitch Owen last year. Wayne Parnell. Now there's a name, a blast from the past. Wayne Parnell, Adam Milne, Jasdeep. Yeah, the season. Good stuff, gentlemen. Only 5 fifers and a 6 for the Saurabh Netravelka was just outrageous. The first season.
This should be taken, will be taken. Into the pitch, working again. This game is on, folks.
Riley. What is going on here? Need to stay around. Hang in there. You're a top-order player. Let's have an innings of substance. Show us all your experience. Instead, he's back to have a little soak in the tub. It's Riley Russo, so he's in and out. 4 off 9 balls he's gobbled up. It's now 35 for 3.
Seattle Orcas gave as well as they got in the power play. They finished back in the first innings at 31 for 3. TSK finishing at 35 for 3. 2 boundaries and 2 maximums with the field restrictions in place.
Bian Mulder's had a productive season with bat in hand, mainly at the back end of the innings. Today in much earlier, and it will require a different skill set, this situation.
Very capable too, I might add. Seen him play for South Africa, batting a lot higher up too. So you look at the comparisons there, not much in it. Look at that, 31 for 3 and now 35 for 3 at the same juncture after the Lexus power play. So game on.
It was the next 6 overs in that first innings, Danny, where the game changed. They lost 4 wickets in the next 6, so that's what the Super Kings will have to be careful of. Extra bounce there, working again.
Yeah, they fell badly in a hole, didn't they, the Orcas? Think about more responsibility, please, Riley Rousseau. Yeah, well, that what, 3 for 15, and then suddenly you're 6 for 67, 7 for 70. Tough to get out of that.
Yeah, every run here matters, folks, and hence you see Jasdeep Singh sprinting, because it's in these low-scoring clashes that you've got to really try to save and prevent, take every opportunity. And you spoke about Mulder in the first innings with his bowling. It's a benefit to have multi-format players for situations like this. Apply that some red ball foundation into this situation. The extra bounce there again. Early at the toss. Good pair of hands, Marcus Stoinis. Faffed up the mic.
Very soft hands, weren't they? Little Cognizant clutch catch with the mic for Marcus.
No reward for that one, Danny. That was too easy.
Oh, just the soft hands. Beautiful. Could have crunched the mic and ruined it. Worth a bit. So Fuff ran off with it. Marcus Stone said, look, I need it back, buddy. We need to talk. And then watch the technique. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Mr. Leonard, he just kept firing up. Good to see him, though. Just keep things under control here. Live TV.
Again, that length, hitting that length. It can't beat your toss experience, Danny, where you just threw your notes into Shane Watson's foot.
Well, they're a little less expensive, a piece of paper versus the microphone. There's that extra bounce. Good stuff. Sometimes across the seam, sometimes seam up. You know, little wrist breaker of the delivery, the bowler that is. Just get something different out of the surface while the ball's still relatively new. It's only 7 overs old here.
One jumping and the other staying a bit low. Challenging, 39 for 3. Final day of action at Pomona in the Cognizant MLC. Cameron Gannon. They've got some tall bowlers and those who will hit the pitch. Second time we're seeing your countryman, Danny, Wayne Knights, speaking to Simon Taufel. Only the second time because he's introduced since year 2 TV specialists. So between Wayne Knights, Leslie Rifa, and Paul Wilson, they are the designated third umpires for the tournament. And it's all about time saving, efficiency, and accuracy, most importantly. Zero tolerance for mistakes, he said. Sliding down leg, height.
And Nickel, just on there, do you know his nickname, Wayne Knight's nickname?
Boogie.
Got to keep on dancing, dancing, and he will. Wayne Boogie Knights, yeah. He's meticulous, he's a stickler, Wayne Knights, and yeah, that's always missing. Too high, going down leg side. Tight, but I think he might have been just there maybe. Let's have a little look. It was tight. And so in the reply, Fuff using his feet, he knows what this pitch is doing and it's not easy. Ow. Catch and a dive forward, big hands, Gannon. So 3 down inside the power play. Lexus power play proved quite useful for the Orcas. So they're in the game for sure.
Who's going to be the batter that plays a real gutsy innings for the Super Kings? And folks, it's 4-1 to the chasing team here at the Knight Riders Cricket Ground with that beautiful backdrop. 4 out of the 5 games have been won by the team batting second. The only time the chasing team didn't win was the Orcas when they couldn't get the 1-3-2 against MI New York. So if anyone knows how to win a game batting first, it's them. They've seen it right in front of them. They required their batters then. Today it's the bowlers, and they've started extremely well.
Yeah, just feel another wicket just around the corner here be very handy. Have them 4 for 45, something like that, and then squeeze out another one and have them maybe 5 for 58, 5 for 65. Really back in the contest.
Shuffle down from Mulder, 41 for 3.
Keep going, lads. Come on, boys. Just 2 runs from the Gannon over. Super Kings 41 for 3 at this point. 34 for 3 the first time the Seattle Orcas has been on top of that particular record.
.41 for 3 in the 8th over. Long way to go for the Super Kings, but they're right on par. Just a couple of runs less than what the Seattle Orcas had at this current juncture. Captain Marcus Soitis is in to see if he can deliver a big breakthrough. It's been tricky. There's no question about it on this surface here in Pomona, especially in the afternoon. Pame and Bangwa, a lot put on the batters to take onus of an innings.
Yeah, tough work for the batters, and their hope is that there can be somebody who can just spend a whole lot of time out there to guide them.
It's gone high. I think it's gonna fall safe. Last couple deliveries, Shubham Ranjane has really gone after the bowling. And it feels almost against the run of play, doesn't it, Pami? He's played 18 deliveries. You almost would rather see him stay in longer. It's not a big chase you've got to go after. You've got time.
Yeah, but he does have to find a way to get some flow in the innings. Can't afford to just keep nudging it. The rate will go up. It is also about scoring runs. So when he gets an opportunity, he has to fully commit and look to get it away to the fence. It's a difficult balance to attain, hence all the difficulty. You look back at the way that the Orcas played, and at lower order making a really big contribution. And that too after the difficulties of the top order in balancing what might be some attack or some sort of being circumspect and nudging it about. It really hasn't been simple.
Just seeing again another one-run over brewing, and the Orcas are just trying to see if they can pile that pressure on. When you have a low score, these quiet overs are so crucial. And that's got to be the way the Orcas get back into the contest. Yes, it's wickets, but how do you generate the pressure to create those chances?
Well in it with those 3 wickets early. It was important that they do that just as a starting point. Doesn't mean they now hold sway, but it means they certainly feel that they can send jitters into that TSK change room or dugout.
And it will just be that 2-run over. Close the 9, it's 43 for 3.
Another 2-run over. In the first innings, TSK started the Orcas of boundaries for 38 balls on 1 point. The boundaries for the Super Kings is 33. Seattle
Those 3 early wickets give the Orcas a chance. Get Faf gone for 14. Mukamala goes fresh off of his 80. And Vian Mulder still in alongside Shubham Ranjane. When do the Orcas get the next couple of wickets? That'll be key. Dasan Shanaka will open up his day. Continuing with the pace are the Seattle Orcas, and makes sense. We saw how fruitful it was for the Super Kings. Had a good chat with Mark Chapman yesterday after the contest for the Washington Freedom, and he talked about how using his feet was really effective for him, and it felt it gave him a chance on this wicket. If you let the bowlers just line you up on a length, you're not going to score. You have to use your feet.
And what happens is each one will decide how best to go about it. Batters have their areas where they like to, where they feel they're most capable, certainly of getting out of jail. They'll go to that.
Getting out of jail, well, Marcus Stoinis. We'll hope Dasan Shanaka can get him out of jail. MVPs. Get these digital card, guys. These are absolutely brilliant. Hold on to that one for me, will you, Pami? Because we also have... Oh, he's all trying to throw it away. Trent Bolt is in the house as well. He'll be in tonight. Make sure you scan that QR code bottom right of your screen. Tell you what, it's very warm here. Just right outside, and even in the comm box has gotten hot as well. We've had to move the backdrop. That's typically been behind us. Try to help out the aircon, help the air just blow through a little bit better for everyone in the box, not just the folks up here.
I thought that wasn't too far away, you know. Down leg, he thinks. Not so sure it was too far away. Still reading through these MVP cards. Australia's gun all-rounder. Doing this. Daniel, what are you doing? What's he doing, Daniel? That's anywhere in the top 6. Bowls clever medium pace and changes games. A genuine franchise headliner. You need him here today to change the course of this one. And you can get more of these cards. www.mvps.io.
Players are turning into fans as them as well. I've had a couple ask, hey, where do I go to get those cards? How do I get an access code to those?
Hope you told them to scan the QR code or have someone scan it for them.
I said, you just gotta go back in the broadcast, scan it. Here's the website. Go wherever you need to go. MVPs.io. Get yourself a copy of these. They love these digital cards. Even the players love them. You can have them at home. Oh, keepers up at the stumps. That's what you risk. Just no room for error, and it will be 4. Brings up the 50 to close the 10th over. And we will now have a much-needed drink for the players. Take a look at that batting card. It's been lean. First 3 wickets gone. None were able to get into the 20s. Faf top scored that with 14. But now Shubham Ranjane and Viran Mulder will try to put a partnership together that can see them over the line for a win. The Orcas knew it was an uphill climb headed into the second innings, knew they had to be clinical with the ball. And it was Oatmeal Bartman again, one of the leading wicket takers in the tournament, 2 for 6, alongside his partner in crime, Jasdeep Singh, a wicket for him in his 2 overs. Super Kings felt they had a good score on the board to chase down, felt they did well in that first innings, and they got a halfway decent start with Faf and Mukamala trading boundaries, but then this one, not a friendly way to get out, and Mukamala then just got one to get on the inside half of that bat. As Bartman got the early ones, then the wicket on the board, and the Orcas are back in it. .72 from the final 10. Tom and Bang with this one feels like it's going right down to the wire. Match 21, the final match in Pomona for this Cognizant Major League Cricket season. Final day of matches, correction. One more after this. Make sure you stay in tune. The Super Kings, we heard from Fab how close this contest is, how close the entire tournament is. You're at 6 points, you feel good about yourself. You somehow sit at the bottom of the table after some heroics last night from Corey Anderson and Steve Smith. And it's anyone's competition as we head towards Dallas.
Yeah, those Lexus standings are gone. Off the edge and into the keeper. The break does it.
How often do we see it? The break leading to the wicket. Just in the right length once again is Bartman. Good seam position. Just a feather edge, and Seifert knew immediately. Oh no, Bartman, have yourself a day. Continue to do so. That's the end of Ian Mulder. Goes for 7. Score moves to 50 for 4. New man for the Texas Super Kings to try to promote a partnership with Shubham Ranjane. It's Dion Forrester. Trying to gain some momentum before they head back home to Dallas. Will be another left-hand, right-hand partnership, so maybe the Super Kings just hoping that can push Bartman off of the line and the length that he's been so consistent on. On the money straight away from around the wicket. He's been on the money all tournament, including that wicket delivery, Pommy.
Yeah, beautiful delivery. Just off stompish and just bounces and moves away a touch. Absolutely no trouble for a Seifert behind the stumps. There's evidence of the little feather through. And what do? We do the Bartman.
I mean, what is the Bartman? What are we talking about there?
Let's look at this points table, and very tight. 2 on 8, that's 1 and 2. Rest on 6. Do you for real not know what the Bartman is?
I'm asking a genuine question here, Pommy. I've got no idea.
Never know with you. You're asking for real, or you're just, well, the Bartman, it's a dance, it's a walk, and you've never watched The Simpsons?
Can't say I have. No, I'm not a big Simpsons guy, to be honest with you.
You gotta know about stuff.
Now you gotta educate me. That's all that means. Could I see it? Can we see it, Pommy?
No, don't worry about that. You're gonna have to look it up on YouTube or something. But yeah, the Bartman is a thing.
I know about the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit up in Oakland.
Okay, we're going there. And he'll be there too. And he's got 3 for 6, and he just gets wickets. And so that's why I say continually through the course of the season, through his time in Cognizant Major League, we do the Bartman. 50 for 4. Nearly did it again.
wicket maiden, just quietly. So much pressure would be brewed now upon those Texas Super Kings. Still 72 runs to get. You'd have thought 122 would have been more than chaseable. But the Orcas and that bowling attack making it difficult. Fans are enjoying it here in Pomona. They've had a good old time. Talked to so many people out in the crowd who can't quite believe cricket's come right near Los Angeles.
Oh, Dasan. Me and you here, boy.
And they've been given a treat because they've gotten to see the Bartman in action. 3 wickets for him. Yeah, not pleasant for Pat. He's going to have memories of that one. And just a great diving catch. Really leaped like an orca, didn't he, out of the ocean? And then simple in the end there. Terrific seam position. He's been the go-to man for Marcus Stoinis straight throughout this year. Great effort. Holy shake. What known as one of the best fielders in all the US of A.
Leaping like an orca is an example. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not quite as elegant as Free Willy.
I've seen that one, Palm. Terrific film.
Have you?
Terrific film.
You're just saying that.
I love it when he jumps over the stone. One of the best scenes. This one slipped through the infield. Been Odno Bartman that's been the man with the wickets, but take a look elsewhere. Jesse Singh's got one in his bag. Dashan Shanika's been nice and tight. That's the key. That's why you see the keeper up at the stumps, all the fielders inside the ring pushed to still apply pressure onto the batters, just to keep that in the forefront of their mind.
Yeah, set very straight, the field. So to try and pierce the gap, you'd have to open the face or close the face to get it to the right of mid-wicket or to the left of cover. And that then might expose your pad.
We talked about how close this competition is. If Seattle were to find a way to win by 13 or more runs, they jump to the top of the table. Texas would need to do this in the 14th over. I don't think that's going to happen, barring something changing dramatically. But right now, Seattle, they know how important this contest is. They're locked in. They're dialed at the moment. Inventive. Really clever from Shubham Ranjane. Just the first counter punch from the Texas Super Kings. Close of the 12th over, 56 for 4.
Got a real game in our hands, a low-scoring thriller here in Pomona. Super Kings have got themselves into a spot of bother, having lost Duplessis and Mukamala and Rousseau early. And then Vian Mulder couldn't get anything going. He could just make 7 off 15. But Shubham Ranjane is still out there. Interesting change to the order with Deanne Forrester coming up to number 6. Means Ferreira's been held back. Jesse Singh in for his 3rd. As we saw a bit of innovation and inventiveness from Ranjane to try and get Shanika off that length. No fine leg, so a good option. Welcome Robin at Tapper. Robin, this game definitely hangs on a knife edge right now.
It certainly does, doesn't it? The wicket does look like it's gotten slightly better to bat on as the game has worn on. But there's still so much of work to do. 65 from 47 balls. You have 6 wickets in hand. Oh, that could be close. It's Gretzky. Shot mid wicket.
Just wonder, couldn't get away to run around. It almost needed the reverse hand rather than the open hand. Dive might have been helpful as well. Ferreira, Savage, and really just the 3 bowlers in De Silva, Milne and Lamba after that. So there is support for the Super Kings after these 2. 2 the immediate call and long way out there, so they'll get back comfortably. Been impressed with the bowling effort in general. Lots of wickets have been falling.
Yeah, the variable bounce on this wicket, Lenny, has been something that causes, obviously, not just discomfort, but also doubts in a batter's mind, right? 67 centimeters of difference. Something that the batters have to contend with because it's of the freshness of this wicket. It is a really young pitch. It's literally just been here for the last 10 weeks. For the most part, it's been all right. Especially in the day games, it does a little bit. It does seem a little bit more unpredictable. You can see the dismissal of Riley Russo. But I think as you spend more time here, and as this wicket gets played in a little bit more, he certainly enjoyed a simple catch. I think it gets better.
Loving Hetty's celebrations. Definitely a bit of some famous West Indian fast bowlers and days gone by in those. Yeah, look, we've got to remember it's 9.5, 10 weeks ago that these pitches have been laid. They're going to be fantastic. They're going to be world class. In fact, they look really good, but until they're allowed to settle fully over the course of a full year, there's always going to be a difficulty. But you're right in what you say, Robin. There's been a trend continuing across yesterday and today. It's looked more difficult in the afternoon game starting at 2:30 p.m. local time than it has under the floodlights. Look at the way in which the Friday and Saturday night big totals were chased down. Oh, the perfect line, the perfect length, everything but the edge.
Yeah, it's a great ball that from Jasdeep. And it's very similar to Oakland as well, right? And back in Oakland as well at the Coliseum, the day games, batting first seemed slightly easier than batting second. But in the night games, batting second seemed a lot easier, and the wins were also teams who were batting second.
Nobody's quite been able to put their finger as to why that's been the case. There's been a little bit of dew about, but nothing that would impact things that significantly. And certainly here the last couple of days the weather's been warmer, so less dew. Good stuff from Jesse Singh, but he can't find the 5th breakthrough. 13 bowled, 61 for 4. You see on this shot here, Robin, the areas across to the right of your screen, these old horse barns, they're going to go. So they'll be taken down in the months ahead, and that's where the practice pitches will go in the future to convert this into more than just a one-off facility. The plan is to leave a legacy of cricket here in Southern California. I think it's such an exciting project to have been a part of. Things at the start of something always that bit more exciting. It's been a wonderful week, every aspect of it here. We've got a couple of fantastic finishes, 3 really good games, the Thursday, Friday and Saturday evening games. What about the Sunday afternoon one? Could definitely still go either way as Cameron Gannon returns to the attack.
Shubham Ranjani here, someone who seems like he's gotten a grip over this wicket, hanging in there, rotating the strike, dealing with the variance of bounce as well. Be up to him, I suppose, in a way, to take his team through.
Oh, leading edge, yes, the call initially, direct hit might have made it interesting. They will get the single, Hetmar's throw goes to the keeper's end, direct hit. Oh, all happening. End result, gonna be a single. Could have been a run out at either end, maybe.
Yeah, just got in, ran back to the non-strike, the striker's end. Oh, he was out if he hit. All that for just 1 run.
Did everything right, Ali Sheikh, apart from affect the direct hit. Texan is a very handy all-round cricketer. Good season. Don't think his bowling's going to be needed today. Remember, no Harmeet Singh in the attack. He's still off for that injury. 9 runs required and over now. Now a bit of innovation will break the pressure that was building. Forrester gets his first boundary. Scoops, ramps it away.
Yeah, went into that shot early, did Forrester. Did well to bat onto that ball. He almost followed him. Much control, but the desired result.
Clever shot because of where the field was in situ. Man protecting the leg side, 2 in the deep on the leg side. We're very square, so it's forced an adjustment from Marcus Stoinis. That's the offside field on the right of your screen. Now on the left of your screen, you see the man just up behind the square leg umpire has gone a lot finer to try and protect that scoop. Yeah, they're blessed to have Dasun Chanaka, aren't they, in this side, because with Harmeet Singh's injury still off the field, there's no chance he's going to get back on and bowl now. They need that 5th bowler. So it's a hamstring that he's struggled with. Concern ahead of the remainder of their group games and indeed the playoffs ahead for Harmeet Singh. Chanaka's all-round skills will come to the fore, particularly with the left-hander at the crease. I can't see Ali Sheikh being used. Inside edge, could have gone anywhere. Seifert almost kicks in anger. 6 from the over. Super King 67 for 4. So they're the 5 bowlers that have been used. Still have that trump card, don't they, too? One more of Bartman, who's been so good this season. 3 for 6. Few bowlers who've really enjoyed their time here just outside LA. Think of not just the seamers, but Sunil Narayan as well.
Who do you reckon is going to bowl the last 4 overs here? Because everyone's going to bowl 3 overs except Dasun. We're seeing Stoinis come in, and he's probably going to finish his 4th right now. But the last 3 overs, it'll be interesting to see who bowls them. Because this match is going to the wire. From that perspective, nicely done, picked up in the gap. Oh, good stop. Well done by Dasun, I think that was. Yeah, great piece of work from Shanaka.
He's done so well to readjust here, Robin. He really has. Because I think he's almost overrun it. And just at the last second, flung out a hand, almost going backwards, and managed to manipulate away from keeping it inside the playing area. That's definitely 2 runs saved. Superb from the Sri Lankan. Yeah, I think it's when you're captaining and indeed you've got a bowl as well, it's almost like piecing together a jigsaw. Big swing and a miss, but an appeal, and a big appeal from Tim Seifert. He says, skipper, let's go upstairs. Vijaya Malela's unmoved, and Stoinis says, okay, let's go up and have a look. It's over to our VTEX DRS.
Third umpire, the TV director, we have a player review for caught. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. I've checked the feet. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. Yeah, the ball is very close to the outside edge. I'll need ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. There comes ultra edge. Freeze it right there. There's a spike as the ball is resting next to the bat. I'm satisfied there is contact with the bat, ready to go back on field to Vijaya. Vijaya, I have to ask you to overturn your not out decision. To out, you are on screen.
Well, Seifert with the best ears in the competition because he's heard that feather of an edge. Great use of the technology. Difficult on a blustery day, but just a feather.
Yeah, you got that right eventually. The only one who felt that was out. Ryan Forrester has to go for 11, 69 for 5, Super Kings.
Donovan Ferreira to the crease at number 7. Has that X factor, that 6-hitting ability, those fast hands to be able to dig the Super Kings out of trouble. And how grateful is Marcus Stoinis to his keeper, Tim Seifert. It was the most marginal of edges. And Seifert knew immediately, he said straight away to his captain, we got to go upstairs. That's almost a bonus wicket, isn't it, for Stoinis, who was just trying to get his 4 done. And now he'll have to work out who bowls the 5 remaining after this.
Yeah, but he's bowled well, hasn't he? 3.3 overs, 1 for 16. Nice thing about this wicket was that, again, didn't give too much of room. The ball before this, which he pulled towards deep mid-wicket, which Shanaka stopped, that one, there was enough room for him to free his arms. This one, not so much. Just try to hit through the line. It was a great reaction from that team, the Orcas. They really enjoyed that.
Talk about the ecstasy and the agony. Forrester in the background, distraught. I'm not sure whether he thought as though he'd got a flick in it himself. Before DRS came in, they're going to take on the second here. We'll get home. Before it came in, everyone always said, well, the batter always knows. It's got to be disproved a bit. Now today, in this game, we've seen a lot of scoring into the leg side, very dominant. It's indicating that slow surface.
It certainly does. It's more square of the wicket. It's very hard to hit down the ground when the ball's behaving the way it does. Just 5% down to the V on the offside. Fancy batting this kind of a track, Lenny?
I think I would have played little to no role with my number 8 batting and leg spinning antics. Spinners, apart from Narayan, haven't done much, have they here? It's been a seamer's paradise. They've been dominating. I'd like to watch you bat here, though. You would have manipulated the ball everywhere, I reckon. Don't think you would have got one into that 5% zone, though.
I would have tried. It wouldn't be for the lack of trying, I'll tell you that much.
Love the way that the new crowd, the Southern Californian crowd, is engaged here this week. So much official merchandise on show. All 6 of the teams have had good support. Obviously, the Knight Riders by far the best, but even in these neutral games that will round out our LA leg, plenty of shirts and colour on display in the crowds. Punched back at Stoinis, and oh, I don't think it was quite takeable, but unable to react in time. It's a good spell from the captain. He finishes with 1 for 19, 73 for 5.
Closed, but far it was. Oh, just. Yeah, he probably thought it'll come much quicker, and so didn't go towards the ball. Kind of deceived him, I think.
Not quite neck and neck, but very much a nervy situation here. Both of these sides are desperately in need of a win. Wouldn't necessarily define the Super Kings season, but it could make things very difficult indeed unless they head home with a victory. To do so, they're going to need 49 off 30. You would suspect that Donovan Ferreira will be critical. As Dasun Shanaka, it is that has given the ball for the 16th. After this, all of him, Bartman, Gannon and Jesse Singh will have 1 left each. No doubt it'll be those 4 to bowl.
Yeah, they need to move on here. The Super Kings, they need a big over. Who's the one who's going to get it? It has to be Ranjani now. Play aggressively here to get a few runs so that you kind of allow Donovan Ferreira to get set a little bit. These singles are not going to help anyone. Just make the Orcas more and more confident.
Yeah, and a reminder, might just be joining us for the first time today from wherever in the world. Batting has not been easy, and this would be a league record. It would be the lowest total ever defended, unless the likes of Ferreira and Ranjane and maybe Calvin Savage, who's a very good finisher, to come for the Super Kings, can get the men in yellow over the line. Orcas not just hunting down what would be a crucial 2 points, but also thinking of making some history here. Reminder, they'd likely move top of the table above MI New York on net run rate if they do win this. Fascinating season this season for thus far. I just wonder how long it is before Ferreira shows us his power.
I think Ferreira should wait a little bit till the 17th over before he goes after the bowling again. But I think here is where Ranjane needs to go. He needs to look to score a couple of boundaries in this over. Bring that required run rate down a little bit. It's gone up to 10s. And to get 10s in over at this point in time when you have 5 wickets in hand shouldn't be all that difficult.
Poor delivery and put away. Very well waited for by Shubham Ranjane. Just the wrong angle and line from Shanaka and punished.
This is it. It's the intent that matters. The intent to get these boundaries are there. You will always find them. Slower ball. Worked it around behind. Shot fine leg. and deep backward square leg. Need one more boundary in this over to stay in the mix.
Easy to is the call. Gretzky's very quick, but the throw is errant. Even with a direct hit, Ferreira would have got back. It's good batting. Follows up the boundary with a couple.
Yeah, clever batting that. Always want to keep it between 8.5 and 9 runs and over. You're always 2 hits away from the game. You want to keep it under 10. Between 8.5 and 9 would be great. So keeping that in mind, you want to get at least a couple out of boundary here.
Not quite the 10 and over they need, but they do get 9 from it, and the Super Kings have us set up for a grandstand finish. The equation simple. 40 to win off 4, 82 for 5.
Super Kings, well, they need to go at 10s in the last 4. 40 off 24. I've been only being able to manage 5, so she's a tall order for those in yellow. Up against those in green and grey of the Orcas. And you've got to deal with Bartman. Johnny was at a big inside edge. I think it might have got a bit of woodwork on this. He has, so let's wait for the umpire's. Yeah, none. So Vijaya says there's wood on that. And more importantly, it allows Ferreira to get back on strike. And that is paramount, Liam Plunkett.
It is, with his skill and his power, but it's also, actually, review. Danny?
Third umpire to television director. We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. There appears to be a deflection. There. Can I have ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved? Ultra edge coming up. Forward. Let's take it back. 1 frame back, 1 frame forward. Forward. Yeah, the bat is behind the pad. There's contact with the pad first. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Just standing by on ball tracking, Vijaya. Here comes ball tracking. Original decision is not out. Pitching outside off. Impact umpire's call. Wickets hitting. Review is retained. Can you go back on field to Vijaya? Vijaya, you stay with your original not out decision. You are on screen, mate.
You see, if you hear from the US of A, you're going to go, hang on a minute, why is that not out? Come on. They got no bat involved, but yeah, hit outside the line and it was given not out. But if it was given out on field by the if the umpire had raised his finger, then yeah, out of here. So time for Ferreira. Face, there's another shot. It's all happening with Bartman because he's so at you so often.
Beautiful ball in back-to-back chances on the LBW. Another review. Here we go.
Third umpire to television director. We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the feet. It's fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. There appears to be a gap between bat and ball. I'll need Ultra Edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Here comes Ultra Edge. Pull it through. There's a gap, clear gap on the left-hand side, flat line on Ultra Edge. There is no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking, please? Hey. Original decision not out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. The review is lost. Can you go back on field to Vijaya? Vijaya, you can stay with your original not out decision. You are on screen. Make your signal.
It had that look about it, just the height factor, because Ferreira's a tall man as well. And, it's been all happening, been very busy. We've had 2 reviews from both. Marcus Stoinis. Both of them very close. But Vijaya Malala, as the umpire, said no both times. And there's the width. You've got to be very careful to this man, Ferreira. He's such a good finisher in T20.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Some excellent ball in here. His figures so far are unbelievable. But don't give width to this man. He will destroy you. He will take the game away from you. But outstanding bowling throughout the MLC season for Bartman. And he continues by just hammering that length, making the batsman play, hitting the pad, outside edge. Excellent bowling.
Just noticed there Ferreira having a word to Rajani. Hang in here. You got 34. I need you here. Oh, no time again. Barton with that angle back into right-handers from outside off stump. He just shuts you down. He's so good at it.
I like what Ranjani's doing, walking towards Bartman, trying to stop him hitting that length, maybe giving himself a bit of a half volley to get off strike, to knock the ball into the gap. It's clever batting. It's obviously, he's toiling away here, 34-37, but he's doing a good job for the team.
Yeah, it could do with a boundary here. Not allowed to. This is Bartman's job, and that's why he's come back into the bowling attack. $87 for 5. Might have to reload this one.
A wide delivery, but what we did see from that is a fantastic take by Cypher down the leg side.
Well, that asking rate just keeps climbing. And that's the danger here. Dot balls and Bartman to the rescue, as it were. He's just about finished out his 4 overs. Three for 11. Barters, you ripper. And it's 88 for 5 now.
That's a wrap on the spell of Odell Bartman, who finishes with figures of 3 for 9, taking the wicket.
Fantastic spell by Bartman, who continues his form in the Cognizant MLC Season 4. Doesn't miss much, always threatening the stumps and the outside edge and making the batsman play. He's been outstanding in international cricket and brings his form here to USA, where he's been brilliant all season.
So Bartman, a great job. Time for Gannon. It's into a good gap. Hetmeyer's got a bit of work to do. He, well, it's just so good, so quick. As the Guyanese left-hander.
Just hit his length hard, Danny, but you just want to be a bit fuller. A bit that in-between length. If it's too short, it does sit up, and these guys are going to put that away. Just be careful to back yourself to push it up a little bit. It's tricky for the batsman to hit that ball, and from that good length, that's when the ball does pop through, not when it's too short.
89 for 5. Trying to get too cute here, but they will get through. It's key now for the Super Kings. They get to 90. Under the pump somewhat. who track down 1-2-2. At 32 in sight. Can they get there? Can they get there? They really need to, Super Kings, because they're languishing at the bottom of the table with that net run rate so low. And of course, we're moving on to Dallas from here. Really do with a win here, those in yellow.
The dot ball here for Seattle. Good bowling, heavy length here, hard to get away. The batsman's going to have to make a move here, Danny. That run rate is creeping through the roof. But he's the man who can take this away. If he gets his eye in and hits a few boundaries here, it's a different game. 35 runs required from 15 balls for the Texas Super Kings.
Boundary, real key here for the Super Kings to go into the 90s now.
Had a bit short again, but it's actually a really good shot. Ferreira's strong on the leg side, but he's actually given himself room and flashed his blade through point for 4 runs. No fielder stopping that. It's looking good here for Ferreira, who's hitting the ball nicely on a tricky pitch.
2 to go. This is an important ball from Gannon. He's done it well. He wants two. He wants two to hustle here. Ranjana, he has to come back. Does it well. Pressure was put on Hetmeyer with the little bunt into the onside.
The key when you teach youngsters, Danny, get in and out quickly, get nice and low, get that bat in the crease and turn quickly and make it back to the other end. Twos win games, you know, on a tricky pitch like this, quick singles and quick twos like that. Outstanding running.
Going about the new surface and the pitch and everything, but also the turf outfield, that has to settle down too, and that's on the slow side. Again, understandable. Just one will do, he says to Ranjani. I'm going to keep the strike and do the job. 9 off the 18th, it's 94 for 5 here.
Super Kings 94 for 5. They require 14 from the last 2 overs, 28 from 12 to win today.
Now, he sold his FIFA tickets to be here for this. Hashtag no regrets. Cheeky fiend. Jesse Bay. Move over, Messi Bay. Only believe in Jesse. Good stuff. So here he is. Speak of the devil. It's Jasdeep Singh. He's 1 for 21 from 3. So you're going about T20, and particularly when you get down to the final few overs, every ball becomes more of an event. Got to be on your toes here as a bowler. And then the batting side, got a bit of work to do. As you mentioned, Liam, a low-scoring game, but 28 from 12 is a tall ask. But a certain guy called Donovan Ferreira is on strike. Oh, and he put his back into this one, Ferreira. Just fresh air, though.
Swinging too hard. That's what he does well. He does swing hard, and normally he does connect. Just Singh smashing that pitch. Still the trickiest ball to play on this wicket. Obviously, you can execute slow balls and Yorkers, but looking at this wicket over the last few days, there's so much variable bounce that it is the hardest shot to hit from that length.
A little change in the field. They've stacked a bit of the offside there, but also the man has gone out to deep mid-wicket a bit straighter because of that last attempted stroke. Oh, they have to take one. Very frustrating here for Ferreira. He feels he's missed out on the last 2 deliveries to get some bat on ball. Well, it's a bit following on from what the Orcas did. The lower orders having to do the job today with bat in hand. Not enough from that top order at all. And, they did a job here. The Orcas and the bowlers did. Hung in there, but now can Ferreira help out Ranjani? Big shout, he likes it, he wants it. Sliding down, says Timmy Seifert from behind the stumps.
Good bowling by Jesse Singh. The last 3 balls, just crashing that length. And as we've seen, Ferreira has been, if he struggles to hit it, it's obviously hard to hit. And that ball there shot a little bit lower to Ranjani. So it's either up or a little bit down. It's hard to get your eye on that ball. Just from that replay here. Great seam position. Comes a little bit in, missing leg side. But good bowling from Jesse Singh.
Yeah, Jesse got the signal from Tim Seifert, the keeper with the gloves on. And again, this is good stuff. There's that bounce that's disconcerting, and he's been hit on that back forearm. One in the ribs, I think, too, Ferreira. So the man that's been asked to do the job here, Ferreira, just can't get bat on ball.
Showing again, it's just lifting up. Good pace from Jesse Singh, good bounce. Not a nice feeling, I'm sure, for Ferreira. What shot are we going to go to here? We're going to stand our ground and back ourselves to hit one of them. Are we going to get across? Are we going to flick it over fine leg? Or hit inside out? Something has to change for this runs, to track these runs down.
He's going pace on. It's Jesse Singh. Yeah, it's a lovely stroke, and he's so good at it. Pace on, whistles away. So the 100 is up now for the Super Kings with 1 ball to go in this penultimate over. It zipped away, but really this next one needs to go for 6. It's nice, but they need a big boundary here.
It is a risky shot, but with the ball actually bouncing a little bit, if you can get the right side of it, outside of it, you can actually help lift it over short fine leg. So it'll be interesting what Jesse Singh does here. Does he stick to his guns and bowl heavy length, or does he mix up now because Ferreira changed his plan?
Big ball this. Super Kings wanted to go for 6. Orcas want Jesse Singh just to get out of the over. He can't. It's going to be a reload. So a bit of pressure on makes it interesting here. There's the wide and an extra delivery. So important this now from Ferreira, the Super Kings. Try and make this count. 6 or 4. That's what they need.
It's amazing what one shot from a batsman does to a bowler, how he's changed his plan when he bowled 4 beautiful deliveries, and now he changed his plan and went a little bit wide. Good batting there by Jonathan Ferreira.
Gotcha. Yeah, got all of it. What a good chunk of it. There's the extra ball, and there's the hands in the head from the bowler. 107 for 5. Cross seam. They wanted to go full wide line Yorker. Did Singh, but he missed his mark.
Danny, that's all done from that ram shot that he played, where he was brave enough to get inside it and flick it over fine leg. Previously to that, Jesse Singh was hitting great line and length, and it was hard to hit. But just that one shot changed Jesse's plans, and then he tried to execute that wide line, wide slow ball. He got met over long off for 6. Good batting, good tactics by Ferreira.
Final over to go. They need 15 off 6 balls. They need a bit more of this. Love a good crowd catch. Eyes on the ball. You're on the team for Saturday, fella. So now, Ranjani is on strike. He's got 35. Let's see what he can do against Shanaka. Probably run away for 2. Got to run them all up. It's racing. Oh, in fact, it's 4. Good stuff. The breeze is taking it away here. So what a good start to the over, the final over. They need 11 from 5 here to the Super Kings.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the plan. I think ideally ball straight with your heavy length, your cutters from a length, but a bit of width here. And obviously an excellent shot. At first we thought it was more of a slice and wasn't going to reach the boundary, but it was enough of it to go for 4.
Yeah, you just never know in T20. So Seifert's got the helmet run out. So he's going to stand up because he's concerned about batters leaving the crease and running down, because you've got Dustin Schoenecker bowling his medium paces. Be a bit worried with these two who are set now. If Ferreira gets on strike, that'll be the concern here for the Orcas.
Yeah, with this field, Danny, I think the execution, actually the strategy of that last ball was not great. Leg side field, fine leg back, square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. So he's looking to bowl straight into potentially middle and leg and let him hit over the leg side field.
Rightio. There's the shimmy. It's well bowled, there's one, but it does allow Donovan Ferreira to get the strike back. With 10 to get off 4, very gettable.
Wake up!
If this one disappears for 4, then it gets real interesting. 6 off 3. We're just starting to get everyone a little twitchy in that green dugout.
We have long off, out, but fine leg comes up. Is Ferreira going to get down and play that ram shot again? Or is he going to back himself and give himself that base and smoke the ball, which he's good at?
Yeah, and hitting it back towards us here at our broadcast position. Not a very big boundary. Smaller of the two hitting straight. So that is also in favour of Donovan Ferreira. 2 4s, 1 6. He's striking at 147. Seifert standing up. Here is the next one. Not quite. I think Seifert just knocked the bails off and disturbed them. Everything ready now. Ah, you cracker! An even slower ball, a change of pace does the trick. They have knocked over the dangerous Donovan Ferreira. Thank you, Dustin Schoenecker.
Won't be reviewing that one, mate. Excellent bowling. Like a leg cutter that potentially didn't get enough bounce, but great stump to stump. It was a leg cutter, and the actual ball didn't bounce. Shot under the batter Ferreira, who walks away with a smile. Very good wicket for the Orcas. They'll be very happy getting Ferreira out at this point. Donovan Ferreira goes for 22, and the Super Kings 112 for 6.
That's halfway, yes, that's halfway one. Through to come. Okay, next up, there's Lisa. Thanks.
Time for Calvin Savage. Plays for the United States these days, and he's very adept at those little ramp strokes, those little gentle flicks and scoops, but also hits a very long ball. Had to wait. And gone! Celebration time from Hetmeyer and co. He's loving this. So, Schoenecker, he's on a hat-trick here.
Leg cutter again. Actually was there to hit, not much pace on it. Calvin Savage, first ball. The upset that didn't do better with that. It was an easy catch for Hetmeyer at long on. Calvin Savage goes for a duck. Super Kings 112 for 7.
Yeah, the end of Savage for a golden one. 112 for 7. time for the Kiwi, Adam Milne. Dustin Shanaka of Sri Lanka is on a hat-trick. We often see it. Back to match 13 with Akil Hussain with that hat-trick in that final over. Wasn't enough though. Chowdhury got them home. Hat-trick ball. There, ripper! Let's celebrate and get the fireworks going. Here's another hat-trick in Cognizant MLC in season 4. What a ripper. Oh, yeah. You should be on your feet for this. Another hat-trick. 2 in a season. Already. Match 13 and now match 21. Cracker.
Special cricket, some records being broken. The second hat-trick. And congratulations. I think it was another here, another out of the fingers. It was another leg cutter, which he bowled 3 balls. A massive outside edge from Adam Milne. And the keeper, Seifert, takes it with ease. Congratulations on the hat-trick.
Yeah, had to go for it. Can't blame Milne. Want to get up and try and win the game. There's only 2 balls left. First hat-trick from Akil Hussain ever in MLC, and now a second one in this young tournament. Great stuff. The end of Milne, he's gone for the golden one as well, and it's 112 for 8 here. Straight up. Is it 4 from 4? Get there, Hetty! Oh, and he does! What a ripper! Yeah, bring on the celebrations and pop the champagne corks for the Orcas. Oh, brilliant. That is outstanding. He ends up with 4 from 4. It's the end of the Super Kings. And no wonder they're celebrating hugely with Dustin Shanaka. Hat-trick in the final over of match 13. Hat-trick in the final over of match 21. It's all happening, but it's 4 from 4. And a bit of Lasik Malinga comes to mind for sure. That Sri Lankan legend who got 4 from 4. World Cup of 07 in the Caribbean, I do recall that. But now, Shanaka gets his first hat-trick ever in his T20 career. Turns out to be 4 from 4. They win by 9. Usually the chasing side have dominated here and tracked down the total, but not here on a Sunday afternoon in match 21. The Orcas get up quite brilliantly against the Super Kings. At one stage when you thought Donovan Ferreira was there, they could win it, those in yellow. But no, Shanaka kept his nerve. Seifert came up to the stumps and there was some beautiful changes of pace. Yeah, look, another slow one, little break of the wrist. Not a bad catch, Liam.
Very good catch. Sprinted in, set himself, hands out. Stood on the disc, bit of twister. Great catch in the end, whacked his knees.
Oh, that takes me back. A bit of the game twister. Oh, Americans will know that. Bit of twister in the outfield. From Hetmeyer. Yes. Does love a celebration. The Shimron Hetmeyer. So players shaking hands and so very happy camp, the Seattle Orcas, to get up by 9, when at one stage it really did look like the game might just slip away from the Orcas, given that Ranjani, he was on 40 not out towards the end, and he gave the strike back to Pereira, but he got knocked over by this man. The right set in. Hat-trick and then 4 from 4 to nail it. Oh, yeah. Aussie and a West Indian embracing. Stoinis and Hetmeyer here for the Orcas. Great stuff. Now that coaching fraternity of the Orcas very happy about Adam Voges and Dizzy Gillespie, they'll be over the moon.
Here we go. We had Ranjani, who batted not out. 40 or 44, was putting that innings together. Just needed a bit more help at the back end from Ferreira, 22 of 16. He was set for some excellent bowling by the pod squad, make it very difficult. But yeah, we look at that back end. Shanaka, 4 in 4. Unbelievable bowling.
Rightio, let's catch up with Nikhil Uttamchandan.
Faf, tough luck today. What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, disappointed. Obviously a low-scoring thriller, games that you would feel like you can get across the line. But it was hard work, and you have to give credit the way that Bartman especially, he bowled that area on that pitch where he got quite a bit out of it.
Was there a particular moment in your batting innings that you felt you let the game slip away?
No, it's difficult to say. The nature of the pitch is not one where you feel like there's one. I mean, I think the method was to try and to take it deep. And in that, obviously, it's not the kind of wicket where you can just take the game on and get boundaries. So it's almost like playing one-day cricket there in the middle period where you could see the guys were trying to just extend the partnership. But then it's also important that the run rate doesn't creep up too high, because once again, the surface doesn't allow you to go with 12, 13, 14s towards the back end. But it's easier said than done, with the ball misbehaving quite a bit.
How do you rebound from this, Faf? 2 games left.
Yeah, we have to. I think the competition is still in the nature of, if you play well, you can still get your net run rate and get through. We weren't at our best here in LA, so we go back to our home turf and hopefully we can bring our best.
See you in Dallas.
Thank you.
Yeah, remember match 13, Texas Super Kings came second, just. So he's had to swallow that pill again here this afternoon. 1 for 19, 1 for 33, 3 for 9. But look at the bottom. Oh, give him the player of the match. 4 for 26 with 11 dots. Quite brilliant. Dasan Shanaka. Four from 4. Dasan Shanaka. 121 for 9 in match 21. Now it always looked, well, not so much thin, but tough. You'd think maybe they needed 130. Make it a bit more interesting, but I tell you what, didn't need that. 112 for 9 is all the Texas Super Kings could get to, and they end up losing by 9. Yeah, got a very good top order, and you think of Ranjani and Buff du Plessis. Started off with a hiss and a roar and some lovely strokes early. Then ouch, hitting down. And out LBW for his troubles as well. Du Plessis, then Gannon with a dive forward, the big frog. Hands underneath. Riley Rousseau came and went. Disappointing from him. Barters on fire with that